Oh my god. Oh shit. What the fuck was that? The sound whips through the air, but from what and who? I look around, but I don't remember telling myself to turn my head, like I'm a trapped observer in my own body. There are people crowded around me and gasping. There are trees too, a whole clearing of them, in fact. A few of them are even lined up in a row, all of them are dripping. Not with sap, not with water or dew, not as in nature intended. It drips with fresh, green paint. It bleeds into the bark. I look at the first tree, and there's a tail. From where I'm standing, it looks like connects to the next tree in the row, a long serpent-like body painted through it. This goes on for so long, for too long, each tree dripping paint down to the soil, entombing its roots. Then finally, at the last tree, there's the head of the dragon. It's wearing a baseball cap and smoking a blunt. I'm sorry, that's just so funny. I know it's a blunt because the smoke is a lighter shade of green. Smoke that surrounds me. Smoke that becomes fog.
Eve! What are you doing?
A voice springs out of the fog. I recognize it. Her. Jessie. Why does she sound scared? Why does she sound shocked? Why does she sound furious?
Teaching him a lesson!
Did I... Is that what I did? What did I do? On the ground, there's a man withering on the dirt, sobbing into a patch of grass. He's covering his mouth, his nose. Blood seeps through his fingers. Blood seeps into the dirt.
You bitch! What the hell? You broke my jaw! You broke my jaw!
And yet you can still speak. His voice is muffled, the words tumble out in panic.
Yeah? Well, your fucking neck is next!
Holy shit!
Don't you take another step!
My hand, I assume it's my hand, is balled up into a fist. Blood speckles the knuckles. I open it up and stare at my palm. What was that crack?
Oh God! It hurts! This is assault, you whore! I'll press charges! Sue you and this entire park!
Oh. Crack was the sound his face made when my fist hit it.
How about I work those charges up to murder, then?
Oh shit! He reels back, raising his hands to shield himself. The green paint staining his hands begins to mix with the blood. I start to stomp over to him. Stomp. Stomp. Stop. Stop.
Stop! You've gone too far this time, Eve! Not far enough. Not until he's learned some respect!
Stop. Jessie tackles me from behind, restraining me with a full Nelson.
Get off of me!
Please stop.
All you're doing is incriminating yourself. Now stand down! No! I don't care anymore!
I elbow Jessie in her gut, struggling to break free, but her grip is like a locked chain. Someone stop her.
This is an order, Adams!
Someone stop me.
Eve!
Stop.
Eve!
Stop.
Eve!
I shoot up in bed, sweat sticks to my pajamas. Breath trickles into my suffocated lungs as I gasp for air. Desperately for air. A pair of arms wrap around my chest like constrictive rope. With a few grunts, I wiggle onto my side. My cheek rolls into a shallow pool of drool as I'm confronted with Yellowstone's murmuring face and buffalo print pajamas.
Administration is gonna flip your fries and malt.
What? Snuggling up to me, she squeezes me tighter. I think I prefer Jessie putting me in a submission hold. Hey, yo! I should put in a request for a door. Yeah. Yellowstone gives an unconscious grunt, then snores into the fabric of my shirt. Scratch that. I should put in a request for a door with a lock. I fall back onto my pillow. The faded morning light glitters through the window, angry. I don't think that a lock's gonna do anything. Oh my god. The faded morning light glitters through the window, anchoring me to the present, where my worst mistakes are behind me, just over my shoulder, but still behind me. The mini volcano protruding from Yellowstone's head puffs out light dots of smoke matching the rhythm of her breath. I follow the smoke until it dissipates into the padded ceiling. From there, I count the wooden beams that run across it. There are some nightmares we relive every day.
That's it. I'm switching to decaf before bed.
Don't think that's gonna help you, Eve, but okay. And now it's chapter 2, Happy Trails. Okay, Okay. Do I play just a little bit more, or do I save this for another stream? Because I'm debating whether or not I should, like, keep each stream just one episode, or if I should, like... Because, I mean, like, I don't know. Would it be nicer to have it clean cut, or... Well, how's your energy level? You know, I'm doing pretty okay. I think I could go another 30. How's that sound? Ooh. 30 can be good if you're up for it still. Oh yeah, I'm up for it. I'm up. Okay, amazing. I somehow managed to look mildly more dead inside than I usually do. Hey, I see that. Y'all don't like... Shush, you didn't see shit. I hate that this fucking thing tracks so well. Okay. I poke at the resting crow's feet that have nested in the deep bags beneath my eyes. There's a brief lightning strike of panic, a moment where the blades of mortality slap me across the face, but it subsides, and I swallow most of my emotion with a yawn close one. I'm just tired, but at least I'm not exhausted. Not today, and not even yesterday, in fact. I slip on my uniform and button my shirt. My badge is pinned to my chest, crooked and clinging to the wrinkled fabric. It might distinguish my authority as a ranger, but in the end, it's just a hunk of metal. People generally get the message once they see the hat and khakis.
Don't forget about the dishes, Yellowstone.
I'll hop right on it.
Girl, you could afford to do some fucking dishes too,
Yellowstone!
you know?
Is my oatmeal ready yet? I hope it has raisins. I like those.
Ooh, okay. One of my things that I used to do for breakfast when I was in school and I had to get up, like, and go, was I had oatmeal with craisins in it. My favorite thing. I love oatmeal and craisins. That's all I need. But I could add raisins to it too. Just a little sweet fruit in it, and then we're all good to go.
All the raisins you want, cutie. Just need a sec.
Yellowstone zips across the cabin, a stack of dishes teetering on her head as she bends to grab the trash and loose clothes. I love savory oats, like grits but different. Oh! Oh my god, okay. I don't think I've ever had a savory oat dish. I'm not gonna lie. I think every time I've had it, it's like oatmeal, and it's just always sweet. Like, I've never tried making a salty dish out of, like, oats. Probably not bad, but I mean, just not what I'm used to. I'm used to, like congee and stuff like that. So, like, I have, like, you know, rice and things like that. Like, if I'm gonna do, like, I don't know, some kind of, yeah, if I'm gonna do, like, some quick and easy meal, like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, like, either fucking, like, some form of congee or, like, oatmeal or something like that. Like, yeah, I'm just, okay. Anyway. Hunched over the table, Yosemite flips a page in whatever tome she's reading today, her fist glued to her chin, a castle of stacked mugs skirting next to her elbow. Zion sits crisscross applesauce on the floor, stroking Pup's coarse fur, his bony frame curled up on his brand new doggy bed. Pup stretches, his silent yawn shaping into a faint howl. Or coyote bed, I guess. I step out of my corner of the cabin right as Yellowstone comes charging past the divider curtains. Our foreheads crack together, skin and stone colliding. Oh, dude got a concussion now. A rough edge of her volcano scrapes across my forehead. I stumble back, my hand jerks up to soothe the pain, but a leaning tower of dishes slides towards me before they shatter before my very eyes. I push against them. Yellowstone's head jolts up to balance the plates. One sticks out like a Jenga piece, otherwise no damage. I breathe out a sigh of relief.
Holy smokes! I'm so sorry. I was gearing up for laundry and I wasn't thinking and...
Yellowstone.
I grip her shoulders and cut off her babbling.
It's okay. I'm only slightly irritated.
Only slightly. Her skin is pale enough to make me think her soul has been sucked from her body.
Nuh-uh, no way. I goofed. What if you got cut? Then Yosemite would yell at me and I'd need to scrub the blood off before it stains oh no. Coffee.
Panic pumps the color back into her.
Oh jeez. Not good. Not good.
Well, it's not good. She curls her hand into a fist and swats her volcano. The dishes wobble over.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
And over.
Why do I keep screwing things up?
And over.
This is not Hippie Skippy!
What the fuck?
English. Now.
Yeah.
I forgot to make your coffee, Eve.
Okay. This is almost too exhausting for me to deal with. I might even laugh if it hadn't looked like her heart was about to swan dive out of her chest.
Is that it? Don't get so worked up. I can do it myself.
Really? You're not gonna give me a knuckle sandwich? Because I'd give me a knuckle sandwich.
Over a cup of coffee? She raises her fist to clonk herself over the head again. Yosemite glances up, more interested in polishing off the page she's on than anything around her.
Hey, quit it.
She stuffs her nose back into her book.
And don't forget about the laundry.
Bitch, what? Oh, shit. Hello, small child. Concerned Zion whips around to look at us. For at least the 20th time this week, I find myself wondering how such a small girl can hold so much panic.
Please don't hurt yourself. It makes me sad.
She doesn't hit herself, but everything else they said must have gotten drowned out. Yellowstone's eyes swim in their sockets, landing on random corners of the room, like something is about to leap out and eat her. Oh, my fucking god. Sorry, hit the wrong button.
You holding up okay?
Her eyes flutter, then focus on me. She grins and shoots me a thumbs up, proof enough for me that she never hopped off her usual non-stop sugar rush.
Yep, just dandy. That's just a little sore from when you shoved me out of bed.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would too if I had an unwanted visitor in my bed. It's like, look dude, I like cuddles, not from a fucking rando though. Get. I slop past her, pushing out one last yawn as I start for the kitchen.
Stay out of my bed. I'm not the cuddling type.
Aw, but your bed is so soft and cozy. Just like you, dollface.
What? Ayo, ew, no. I'm not sure which one I feel first, my eye twitching or my cheeks burning. It's all made worse by Yosemite snickering behind the safety of her book, the coward.
Can it, before I pour coffee in your head. What's the matter? Big bad ranger gaining a little weight? Does she not have abs of steel?
Well, damn. I'm getting called out. Hey bro, I can cover for her.
No, but she has fists of them.
Uh-oh.
The scariest thing about that threat is how stale it's gotten.
Damn! I huff towards the sink and ignore her, choosing to fill up the percolator instead. It's not my fault Yellowstone uses a stick of butter in all her cooking.
Say, do you care if I rake up all your dirty clothes? It's laundry day.
Depends which clothes you're picking up.
Laundry? What a novel concept.
Yosemite mumbles loud enough for the point to get across. Yellowstone's smile fades and her gaze droops down.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
With pleasure.
She slinks behind the corner. Zion watches intently, observing Yellowstone as she gathers up my clothes. With Zion's attention drawn away and in desperate need of more morning pets, Pup hops out of his bed and braves the world. He buries his snout in my legs. I let the percolator fill up with water and bend over to scratch his ears. He leans in, grunting in ecstasy, his ear flopping up and down like a flag in the wind. If clocking some dumbass in the face gets me a suspension and banished here, then I can only imagine what Jessie would do if she found out I wasn't just feeding Pup but housing him as well. I crank on the stove and pour in the coffee grounds. I gaze out the window waiting for the coffee to boil. Across the road and past the field, I spot the butt end of a motorhome big enough for me to know someone is compensating for something. Even when muffled by the wall of trees, their argument carries across the clearing.
Christ, Shannon, I'm doing what I can.
Today's idiot. Oh my god. Christ, Shannon, I'm doing what I can. I quote that all the time. A man.
Clearly you aren't. Every time
Today's other idiot.
insisted, Steven, that there was a hookup.
Oh my god. A woman.
I didn't drive 2,000 miles just so you can nag me. God, you're just...
Oh, not the mother card. Uh-oh. Definitely married.
It's always my mother with you, isn't it? Well, if I have to shower in one of those germ shacks, you won't have to worry about her ever again. Or me.
Dear God. Those germ shacks are publicly funded miracles, DOI willing. Ungrateful ass.
Just listen to them, Pup.
His ears perk up and his head tilts. I think he's listening to me instead. He looks at me instead.
They'd rather sleep in a tin can than a tent. How do you mess up camping that bad?
Pretty easily. Oh. Pup paws at my leg, a desperate plea for pets. Absolutely, but I have a desperate need for validation, so I think this is a reasonable trade-off. Bro, me and my dog. That's exactly what it's like.
Idiots. The hookup is at the campground. How much longer do you think it'll be until they decide to dump the septic tank? I think a better question is how much longer you're going to use your nihilism as a security blanket. Until they're all dead.
Okay.
I have 7 billion pieces of bad news for you, and you're one of them.
Coffee boils over the spout and dribbles down the percolator. I twist off the stove and bring my boiling pot of sunshine over to the table.
Keep patronizing. If a tiny forest fire makes you come down with a fever, I can't wait to find out how bad you smell when Mr. and Mrs. Crisis Counseling decide trash cans are too complicated.
Damn. I reach for the dirty mug balancing on top of the 5 others like I've done thousands of mornings before. I pour the still simmering coffee.
Just what do you think you're doing?
I tip the percolator back, 3 drips already speckling the cup.
Pouring coffee.
Into a dirty cup?
I glance back at the mug. A faint ring of yellow tea residue circles around the middle.
Looks fine to me.
Girl, that was her cup, clearly, if it's got tea in it. Yosemite's ears flatten.
But I just drank out of it.
Oh, hell no. Oh.
I'm not skipping my morning coffee because of your slobber.
Oh, God, dude. Not. Once again, I don't mind sharing things. But A, if I'm going to share a drink, waterfall it. And I'm not doing that with a stranger. Like, me and my friends have shared food and drink before, but, like, not... Yeah, I'm not drinking out of their fucking cup. Not often, mind you, but... Anyway, I pour the rest until it nearly slops over the edge of the cup, keeping my eyes locked with Yosemite's as I take the first sip.
I can't believe you! You are so gross!
Yeah. I'm
Aren't
with
you
her
the
on
one
that
who uses the same tea bag over and over because you don't want to be wasteful?
Yeah, but that's different.
Oh my god. Yosemite caresses her forehead. A pink glow gradients her cheeks.
What if I get your germs, huh? We can't just go swapping saliva like that, you know.
Okay.
I
Oh my god.
I think you have your information mixed up.
Girl, I love how she just, like, it just dawned on her. Like, wait a minute. Yosemite gives a tired sigh. Any hint of embarrassment has been replaced by exhausted certainty.
What are you talking about? Of course I don't. Everyone knows germs are exchanged between both parties whenever body fluids come into contact.
Oh my god.
I think the only germ any of us need to worry about catching is your ego.
Oh my god. I wonder if she just feels obligated to know more than everyone else, even when she's wrong. Like being super smart is her cross to bear. Even if she's a smart aleck and a know-it-all, I've come to not like, but appreciate Yosemite. Yeah, that works. I appreciate Yosemite.
So, how long do you plan on letting the breeding pair struggle out there before helping?
Until they go away, or my shift starts. Whichever comes first.
Fair enough, yeah. Dude, I always show up to work like 15 minutes early and just sit in the parking lot. Yeah, I'm not showing up early. Like, I'm not going in until the fucking clock hits whatever time I'm scheduled for. We glance at the window. The yelling continues, blending in with the chirps of the morning birds.
Isn't teaching these people how to not mess these things up your, I don't know, job?
Not particularly. I rip open 2 packets of sweet. Oh my god, that's a lot. I find buried beneath Yosemite's research. She gives me a dirty look for digging around in her crap, but I just ignore her and pour them in the coffee.
I signed up to protect and preserve. It's not my job to teach these people. Especially when they care so little about the parks, they couldn't even be bothered to do a little research.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not.
Okay.
But weren't you the one who sent those kids to a fire safety course after that incident a few weeks back?
But I'm not the one teaching that course, am I?
Damn.
So you're just going to let them keep making mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it sound so innocent. It's ignorance, plain and simple. You can't teach people to appreciate the things they have. They either already do or they learn it on their own. If they can't, that person is just defective.
And take a wild guess at which one most people are.
How come you're defending them anyway? What happened to your lectures about the dangers of humanity?
I wiggle my fingers like a ghostly specter, then throw back a couple gulps of coffee.
They were never lectures on the dangers of humanity. They were lectures on complacency, real ignorance, particularly in relation to people in power, like rangers. You say you're sick of cleaning up people's messes. Then teach them how to avoid making them to begin with. Or do you not want to protect and preserve?
I mean, I could, but like, that's a lot of work. A smirk creeps from the corner of her mouth, smug and irritating, but her eyes are narrowed, stern and genuine. God, I hate it when she has a point.
No one should be allowed to be as smarmy as you know that?
Yet here I am.
Yeah, but can you disappear?
You're just upset because I'm onto something.
What you're on is a tangent.
Damn. I swipe away the book resting beneath her arms, mostly because I know that if I don't, the verbal thrashings are going to wear down any argument I have, and my ego just can't handle that today.
And what is it even that you're educating yourself with?
I read the title of the sleek paperback cover, dog ears bending from the corners and sides from multiple read-throughs. It feels like the pages might fall out of it if I give it a good enough shake.
The Human Mind, God and Architect by Dr. Angela Merrick. Sounds like some New Age trash to me.
Give that back! It's valuable research!
She wrenches it from my hand before I even get the chance to comply, then cradles it close to her chest. I raise a very doubtful eyebrow.
Dr. Merrick was a road paver who time just hasn't caught up with yet.
If my eyebrows had muscles, they would be getting an intense workout.
She argued that the human consciousness, or rather, the collective consciousness of mankind, was powerful enough to create.
She says this like it's common knowledge, and I mean, maybe it is, to crazy people.
Create what?
Anything! Things, places, maybe even entire worlds. all without ever even knowing it. All that energy needs to go somewhere, right?
Uh-huh. And what evidence is all this based off?
Her own eyewitness accounts and analysis.
Oh, God.
Even though she was blind.
Bitch, are you serious?
Oh, honey.
What?
You got fucking scammed.
You got suckered.
I did not.
So hard.
Shut up.
Sure. You've already said more than enough. It all sounds like,
Girl.
Hogwash?
There you go.
See, she's got it.
Oh my God.
Yellowstone, be quiet. I'm trying to open Eve's puny mind.
I breathe in, ready to take another stab at her. A sharp one when Yellowstone gets the first word in before me.
Well, actually, I was wondering if I could start rinsing off dishes.
She twiddles her fingers together, shifting her eyes to the ground, away from Yosemite's hawkish stare. I think she might actually be scared of her.
About time. All right, take them two at a time. I don't want to see any of them break. Like someone's scope of thought.
Damn, bro.
Why are you so interested in what a quack has to say anyway?
2 by 2, Yellowstone takes the mugs by the handles, resting them in a bed of bubbly water flooding the sink.
Because that quack gave me a theory.
What kind of theory? Like involving your research?
I lean in closer, my voice dropping to a hushed whisper, even though there's no secret to be kept. Even though I really couldn't care much less than I do already, and that's not much at all. It's just a small amount, really.
About where you three might have come from?
Something to that effect. Let's consider, just for a moment, that if enough people feel strongly about something, then they really do create some kind of, I don't know, physical embodiment of it?
Doubtful, but I'll suspend my disbelief.
So wouldn't it stand to some kind of reason that since strong feelings, and as a result, cultural perceptions, shift with time, the physical results of it would change too?
Okay.
What are you getting at?
Her face is flushed again. I wonder if this is her first time saying all this out loud. Does she hear how ridiculous it sounds?
What if those physical results are us?
My spine tingles, the realization that these girls are something different, re-emerging for the first time in days. I'm practically with them all the time now, so I've gotten used to it, but the idea that they're not flesh and blood like me, but flesh and blood and stone and feathers and volcanic rock too, it makes this truce we have seem utterly ridiculous. I'm playing house with 3 fairies, sprites, ghosts. Apologies, ma'am, I wasn't aware it was against protocol to house fairy tale creatures in our posts, but they don't damn near look like real girls, though. But don't they damn near?
So, what? You think Zion here is gonna go through park puberty in a couple of years? Maybe sprout up by 2 feet?
Why not, baby? Okay. Zion blinks, glances back and forth, then points to herself as if to confirm, yes, we really are talking about the same Zion. Okay, and she's just gone. Yosemite scoots back in her chair, eyes wide and distant, like I just plucked at a nerve when her ears flatten. I can tell the conversation has hit its wall.
Puberty would be more forgiving.
Yellowstone comes back around for the last mug.
Done with your coffee? It's cool if you aren't, but if you are, then can I nab it? I mean, as long as I'm not rushing you to choke it down, but if it's cool beans, then...
Go ahead. It's cold now, but you can drink whatever's left in the cup.
Bro, not the communal cup. Yellowstone bounces nervously, the kind of shaking I get when I go a day without coffee. It's like her personality's been flipped on its head. She still has boundless energy, but now it's all neurotic and buzzed up. I hand the cup off to Yellowstone. She brings the mug to her lips, tilting it back.
Stop drinking out of the same cup!
Like, bro, this is the 3rd motherfucker to drink out of this cup. Holy shit. Yosemite dives across the table. She slams down in front of me. Her hand stops just short of the mug. Yellowstone jumps, stirred by the crack of Yosemite flopping on the table. The mug falls and shatters. Pup's ears rise to attention. There's a quick sliver of silence as we stare at the broken pieces of ceramic.
Go get the dustpan, Yellowstone.
Jesus, dude. All of our attention has turned to Yellowstone, her eyes drawn down. Puffs of smoke blot out the air above her, rising from her head like a stack of exhaust. Her fists clench together. I hear them crack. Her arms tense until they shake.
I'll get it later.
Oh. A stiff whisper, quiet enough for me to be unsure if I even heard it right. Yellowstone zaps out of sight. A gust of wind twirls around us, tossing loose papers from the table. Then there's just empty space. Static crackles over the radio. The familiar chirp of Jesse's voice is bright enough for me to want to draw the curtains on it.
Wakey, wakey! Eggs and potential disciplinary action, Eve!
What? Your timing is impeccable as always, Jesse. Zion looks up to Yosemite, concern swimming in her eyes.
What's wrong with Yellowstone? She's not acting like herself.
She's fine. Don't be pulled in by the theatrics. She's just being a brat.
Bitch! What? Yosemite goes back to reading, occasionally grumbling. Zion looks to me, but the best I can offer is a shrug.
Don't ask me what's normal around here.
I stand up and stride over to the radio, picking up in the middle of one of Jesse's threats, masked by good cheer.
This pretty light-up pen on my desk is ready to write you up if you don't answer by the count of 5. 1 Mississippi.
This is Ranger Adams, and you can't fire me. I already have a letter of resignation. Over.
My shredder is more than ready for it.
Yosemite's very brave for pissing off a super volcano. I figure she's like, well, you're just a teenager. I can boss you around.
What do you want, Jesse?
Technically, she's
I'm
the
trying to
oldest,
enjoy
so.
the peace before throwing myself at the mercy of the general public.
Well, like the oldest of these three, like, in relation, since Yellowstone's just a teenager, Zion's a child, by technicality.
I just thought you might want to hear
Not
from your
reality.
favorite supervisor.
Funny, you had the same thought yesterday, and the day before that.
Oh my god.
Just making sure you weren't boarded up in that cabin, hiding your pretty face from the rest of the world.
She hides the next bit under a cough.
And to let you know you're on trash duty today.
Like hell!
Okay, I gotta scoop myself back in. Okay, sorry.
I'm on patrol this week, not sweeping up cigarette butts.
Don't be such a diva. You're just taking the trash out of bins that are already filled up. Hardly community service.
What happened to the usual guy? Simmons or something?
Damn, can't even remember.
Dead mother-in-law, he says.
Oh.
5th one this year by my count.
Tragic.
Bro, we all know that one motherfucker that makes up dumbass excuses like, oh yeah, my grandma died. It's like, didn't she just die 6 months ago? It's like, this is my other one. And it's like, yeah, that one died a year ago. We both sigh. Hers sounds like wind coming through the speaker.
Every trash can in the meadows, I'm guessing? There has to be an easier way to do this. Don't the Grand Teton guys have a sensor in all their cans? Something that pops up on their tablets when everything's full.
I hear it rains manna in Grand Teton too. But that doesn't stop our year-round fire season down here, and that eats up most of the budget. Sorry, sweetie, but you'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Elbow grease and all.
It's not elbow grease I'm gonna be covered in once I'm finished.
I know, I was about to say, I've never heard it pronounced that way. I don't even know if that's a new dubbing or not. I mean, again, I just genuinely cannot remember. So, we went from the Tetons to the Tetons.
But you will be filled with pride in a job well done. Just remember to lather and rinse with cold water.
I release the calm button, making sure my groan doesn't travel through the radio waves and give her another reason to scold me. but her voice drops to pitiable sympathy, almost as if she could hear me anyway.
Do this for me and I'll bring some new snacks the next time we catch up.
Ooh.
I have teriyaki
Ugh.
jerky! Your favorite!
God, that shit's awful. I don't like teriyaki, but okay. Although, yeah, no, you could 100% win me over by promising snacks. So, I'm not gonna lie, that tactic would work on me. Where it's like, I'll bring you new snacks next time. It's like, ooh, okay. I'll do it. I won't be happy about it, but I will do it. What do you mean, what? It's not my fault I don't like teriyaki. Her voice glides along. For shame, teriyaki's great. Look, I'm glad you like it. I just personally don't like it. It's not my favorite. Her voice glides along in a melody. Like bribery is a surefire way to my heart. And, I mean, yeah, it is, but she could be less obvious about it.
Make it 2 bags, and it's a 10-4.
You've got yourself a deal, Ranger. Have fun! Over and out.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would be a great deal too, because it's like, bro, jerky's fucking expensive, so 2 bags for free? Fuck
Yep.
yeah. I mean, since you're already kind of doing this, that's part of your job anyway. You're getting, like, this is like just a bonus. I swear to God, every time I try to take a drink, something shows up and I gotta read. Okay. I set the mic aside, not bothering to put it back on its hook. With a sigh, I grab my travel mug and pour the rest of the coffee from the percolator. Finally.
Well, girls, duty calls.
Cleanup duty, from what I heard.
If you find a way to spin this to prove another point, I'm quitting.
Oh no, I'll leave it as is. Just finding some worldly irony in it is all.
Damn.
I know just the place where you can shove your worldly irony.
That's like 25 what the fuck am I on? $25 worth of dried meat. Might as well make it 3 bags. Yeah, but I mean, like, $25 is a lot, bro. Like, $10 per bag is crazy to me. So I'm just saying. I guess, yeah, you're right. Make that shit 3 bags so I don't have to stock up anytime soon. Oh god, I love sweet heat jerky. That's my favorite. You like it? Well, I guess you like teriyaki. So I don't know. You got a different favorite? Like a different favorite, or? Cause I don't know. You like teriyaki, that doesn't mean that's your favorite. So. I snatch my hat off the rack and open the door to the bright morning, letting some of the chill in. Zion calls out as I step onto the porch.
But what about Yellowstone? We can't just ignore her.
She looks to me, then Yosemite, anxious for words of comfort.
Good point. Eve, if you see Yellowstone, make sure to remind her to do laundry.
What the fuck? Bro. Oh, yeah. That'll really bring her home. Hey, bitch, you got work waiting for you at home. Get back here. I grunt as I struggle to lift what must be the 100th bag of garbage from its bear-proof receptacle. My arms lost all feeling roughly 50 bags ago. Heaving the bag up and into the bed of the pickup truck I've been given, I spot a split near the seam. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. I shove the bag upwards just as it starts to tear. Oh, no. Managing to avoid most, but not all of the trash juice that spills out. Some of it splashes onto my gloves, staining them a repugnant fuse color. I'm sorry. It's so unfortunate. I like smoked and pepper, and usually I'm not too picky as long as the bag at the gas station doesn't skimp on the amount. You know? Fair enough, yeah. God knows what's in it. Cigarette butts, energy drinks, whatever other chemicals people feel the need to imbibe themselves with. Okay. At least with coffee, you know exactly what you're poisoning. You know exactly how you're poisoning yourself. Once the bag crosses that threshold into the bed of the truck, though, it reaches the fabled not my problem zone. I'm sure Simmons will eventually be tasked with throwing it all out. Whatever they pay that man, it isn't enough. Whatever they pay me isn't enough. I fluff. That's actually sadly true. Yeah. I fluff up one of the empty industrial-sized bags and replace the one I just removed before fitting the lid back on top. Least they could do is hire a custodial team. Well, apparently they have one. He's just making excuses that he doesn't like because he doesn't want to show up to work. So she's the custodial team. Only another 1,000,000 trash cans to go. Ooh. I'm telling you, the art in this game is so fucking pretty. I climb back into the cab and head off down the road. The truck is older than I am, with a busted radio and a tape deck that might work. I wouldn't know, because I can't think of anyone who still uses cassettes. Didn't we all decide to switch to CDs a couple years ago? Oh, I miss CDs. Oh my god, we have both. We have cassettes and CDs. God, dude, I remember when we were younger and we'd pop a CD into the car and like listen to the music. Oh my god, that shit was great. It was just nice, like, there was something kind of fun about, like, popping a disc in and then, like, hitting the eject button and watching it come out and pulling it out. Like, I like tangible things. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's convenient now to have all your music, like, in Spotify or YouTube or whatever, you know? Or, like whatever Apple, whatever thing you want. But, I mean, again, you can't deny that there is some level of fun to having, like, a little disc and you watch it, like, get slid in and then pop it out. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I miss those days. Although it does cost you a lot more money, I will say. Like, having physical items, you have to pay for them, so at least this shit's free. Physical media all the way. We still use CDs. I mean, we use Bluetooth too, but still. Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's why, like, whenever I buy video games, I prefer having the, you know, the physical copies. Like, I like the PS4. Like, I like buying the physical game. Especially because, you know, more often than not, I'm buying games years after they've come out, so they go on sale anyway. It's not, like, actually, they're more expensive on the stupid PlayStation Store, because for some reason the PlayStation Store, like, has games like fucking, what's that game, like Detroit Become Human, and it's like $60, but then you go to a physical store, and the physical copy is like $20, and I'm like, are y'all serious? And sometimes they'll, like, put it on sale for $40 and act like that's crazy. I'm like, dude, that's still more than in store. For a digital copy, are you crazy? Like, I get it, I can't lose the digital copy, but goddamn. You buy the license for music and movies, the provider still retains the right to remove them at any time. Exactly, like, that's why I refuse to buy a movie or rent a movie on, like, Xfinity or, like, Netflix or whoever the fuck, like, YouTube. It's like, dude, I'm just buying this for as long as it's on your site. When you decide you no longer have a use for this, like, you no longer have a purpose for this particular movie, or it's not making you enough money or whatever, then you just get rid of it. I got Detroit for $15 on Steam, and I can't run it on my laptop. Bro. Oh my god, sorry. I remember, yeah, I forget what the hell I got it for on my computer, but yeah, I got it, like, really cheap on Steam, too. And I remember with my last computer, I could not run it. It burned it out, dude. And like, between Detroit Become Human, Baldur's Gate 3, and Red Dead Redemption, those games lagged the fuck out. Like, Detroit Become Human was the worst for lag, but, like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, the games, like, lagged my computer to hell and back. Like, that thing sucked. I mean, mind you, I feel bad, because, like, the thing was getting kind of old, so, I mean, like, I forget how old that thing was. I think it was, like, 8 years old or something like that. Yes, it was 8 years old, so the poor puppy was really, it was on its last legs, man. And I never replaced a single part in it, so I mean, like, really, yeah. It was not having a good time. I still have it. It's not like I got rid of it, but, I mean, like, if I was going to use the, tower again, I would have to replace, like, a lot of things, because, again, I just need more power and stuff like that. Other than that, the fans are still good and everything, but yeah, it's just, I feel bad for the old one. Yeah, anyway, right, what was I doing? The occasional car passes by, more of them going in the opposite direction of me. Good, that's one less person to deal with. I empty the next trash can and then keep going. This one gets better, and I manage not to spill. Okay, this one goes better, and I manage not to spill anything on myself. At this rate, I'll probably be done by lunchtime. I haven't even been driving for 2 minutes before I spot a glimmer of green plastic nudged against a bush. Sighing, I pull over.
Couldn't wait until the trash can, huh? Just had to ditch it right now.
Honestly, it's not emptying the trash that bugs me. It's the inherent laziness that people seem to have built into them. Oh my god, that's the worst fucking part, is that if you go to a fucking national park, there's always some fucking trash in, like, the picnic areas, and you look, and literally not 2 feet from the fucking bench, there is a trash can, and you're like, why? Why could you not just make it to the trash can? It's right there. Are you really that lazy that you can't just dump your trash in the trash can, literally stationed 2 feet from you? Like, oh my god, people. Like, at that point, there's no excuse. That's just fucking pure, unadulterated laziness. Like, that's just insanity at that point. I mean, I don't think that there's an excuse, even if it's like, oh, but the trash can's like, 50 feet away. Sucks, bud. Hold on to your fucking trash. My issue is the tourists who pick wildflowers. Oh my god, dude. I don't know. Dude, don't even get me started on the rabbit hole of just fucking tourists in general, just being rude and inconsiderate to any place that they visit. It's like, it's not even just the parks. I mean, like, even, like, just, oh my god. Like, one of the things that I wrote for, like, a bucket list is just like, okay, maybe, and this is just, like, really stretching it, I would like to potentially eventually go to, like, as many national parks as I possibly can. But the thing is, I couldn't even say I would like to visit every single one, because I know that ones in Spain and I think Norway and stuff like that, like, have closed. Like, there are some national parks that are, like, locals only, because so many fucking tourists were bad to these parks. Like, they were trashing them, they were graffitiing, they were like, I mean, they were just damaging the parks, and so they said, you know what, fuck it, we're not letting any outsiders in, it's for locals only, especially because then it's easier to find who, the problem was. If it's a local, then it's like, okay, well, we'll figure out who did this. But, it's like, yeah, people were just so disrespectful to these areas that they literally had to, like, close them off to any visitors. They were like, yeah, no more. So I feel bad, but yeah, it's so annoying. Okay, sure, they might initially feel a tinge of guilt, but they'll never think about that piece of trash again. They'll never think about how many years it will take for the plastic to decompose or the bird that will choke on it. No, people will continue to live their lives, content to watch their nature documentaries while occasionally crying when a polar bear drowns. That's their good deed. That's their good deed for the year. After all, there's nothing they can do about it. They're just one person, right? Yeah, it's laziness, all right. Laziness is harmless until you realize it's just another form of selfishness. Without bothering to put on gloves, I slam the offending bottle into the back with the rest of its brethren before resuming my journey. I can only pray that it eventually gets recycled. I could have sworn somewhere in Japan did that too. The name escapes me though. Yeah. One of the places, like one of the temples we went to, shut down. Like, for tourists. They said a lot of places actually in Japan have shut down. And again, I can't even blame them for it. Because it's like, people just are so fucking disrespectful for no reason at all. Like, I remember that, like, even Aki Dearest had to make that one video, like, I don't know when, like a few months ago. I think it was in February. And it was literally like, yeah, people are breaking and entering because people were shitting in people's backyards. Why? I don't fucking know. But it's like, people just for some reason, whenever they're like a tourist in some place, like, be it, like, they're visiting a different country or a different state or whatever province, like, for some reason, people just treat it as, well, it's not my home, so I don't give a shit. And it's like, dude, I don't know. As people say, it's like, dude, just treat these places like it's your house. Treat it with respect. Don't even treat it like it's your neighborhood or anything. It's like, treat it with as much respect as you treat your house. But, like, yeah, people are just fucking so, I mean, they're just so bad for no reason. So, yeah, and it sucks because, like, all all the nice tourists that are like not hurting anything, they're not doing anything wrong, like now they can't go to these places. Or now people have a jaded view of tourists at all. Like, I know I do. I fucking hate the tourists that come to our place. Because it's like, you know, I just hate all the fucking out-of-staters that just ruin our parks for us and stuff like that. And just, it's like, it's whatever. I mean, not all of them are assholes, but it's just like, dude, I don't know. I'm getting intolerant in my, like, as I get older, I'm getting more intolerant of these fucking people that just ruin the national parks and just ruin places in general. Like, even if it's just a fucking hiking trail and it's not even like, you know, like it's not even like a registered park or anything, it's like, dude, just be polite to this place if you're visiting. If you're a visitor, try not to leave a single trace that you were even here. That is the rule, right? But I don't know, just, yeah. Oh my god. I'm just oh, I got so much to say on that. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, okay, right. I'd like to see Yosemite's justification for something like this. It's not my job to teach people why they shouldn't litter because I'm not a third-grade science teacher. It's apathy, plain and simple, and you can't educate apathy away. Every now and then, there's the occasional camper who means well and just needs a push in the right direction, but for every one of those campers, there's 10 more waiting in line for that nature documentary. Ironically enough, Yosemite misses the forest for the trees. Does she know just how many people lose their footing and fall off cliffs in these parks? If they can't even take care of themselves, then how could anyone expect them to take care of the land? Just ahead, I see an aluminum can lying lonesome in some underbrush. I pull over and dig it out. Shocker, it's an empty can of beer. The coloring is faded by the sun, meaning it's been out here for a while. I toss it into the back. Not even a good brand. By noon, I'm just about done. There are still a handful of trash cans left to deal with, and then I'm free. My arms are sore from all the hauling and lifting I've done, and I'm probably going to smell like garbage for a week. If nothing else, at least it's quiet. I lean back and stretch, soaking in the sun as it warms my face. Something rustles in the bushes behind me. Before I can turn around, my vision goes black as someone covers my face with their hands.
Guess who?
Anyway, like there's any way I wouldn't recognize that fucking voice. That voice. That annoying voice. I feel like that clip. At least there isn't any time to be concerned.
Yellowstone.
Oh, shucks. Was it that obvious?
Girl, your voice is very, very... yeah.
You're lucky you have a distinctive voice, or else you'd be unconscious right now.
I was about to say, like, girl, I know your voice very well. A heavy breeze rushes around us. Even though the jig is up, she doesn't take her hands away.
You're such a grump, Eve. Don't you ever lighten up a little?
Firstly, no.
Yeah.
Secondly, I'm pretty sure someone coming up out of nowhere and latching onto my face is a good reason to be annoyed.
I don't know.
But we're friends.
Bro, people have such a hard time doing that shit with me. My friends, I think, tried once, but it's like, bro, I mean, it didn't work. Oh my god. To emphasize, she squeezes me a little tighter. At the same time, the breeziness intensifies. Like she's holding me in a wind tunnel. An electric hum buzzes around us. The truck, maybe, or a nearby power line?
Don't push it. Are you going to let go or not?
Oh, right. Ta-da!
She finally lifts her hands and I turn around to face her.
Seriously, though, don't do that again. I meant it when I said that if I hadn't heard it was you, I would have knocked you out. Wouldn't be the first time. And beside that...
I stop short, staring past Yellowstone's unrepentant looking face, only to realize something. I have no idea where we are. The truck is gone, the familiar trees and bushes have been replaced by different trees and bushes.
Beside that, where the hell are we?
We're home.
Bitch, who's home? She stretches her arms as wide as she can, presenting the grand view of wherever she dragged me to. I glare at her, waiting for her to just come out and say it.
Well, I guess it's only home for me.
Mm-hmm. She clears her throat and steps back again, and she sprawls her arms out like a soaring eagle and presents me with the view, like she's waiting for me to clap.
Welcome back to Yellowstone National Park, the prettiest place on the planet.
Instead of clapping, I cross my arms and gaze around. This must be where she took me the night we first met. Now that I'm not being dangled over a ledge and certain death, I get a bit more time to appreciate the view. We're standing near the base of a tall mountain that I recognize from years' worth of pictures and postcards, Mount Washburn. Vast forests cover huge swaths of the land. Lodgepole pines are by far the most common tree. Not only do they grow from the earth, but a defiant few sprout up from rocks themselves. Velvety green grass blankets the lesser hills and slopes nearby.
You're right about it being pretty, at least.
Ain't it? The whole park is swell, but this trail is the bee's knees.
Oh no. She puts her hands on her hips and surveys the land like a proud mom. Maybe that isn't inaccurate. If Yosemite's little fire fever is anything to go by, I guess Yellowstone has a similar connection to her park too.
When I was out earlier, I kept thinking about how I wanted to swing by and visit for a bit. Not too long, of course, because I know Yosemite won't ever pipe down if I don't finish her laundry, but...
Jesus. She's like a glorified maid at this point. Yellowstone trails off, a frown breaking her cheerful facade. 2 hummingbirds buzz around us and brush their long beaks against each other as if kissing, before flying off into the trees. A small smile wiggles its way back onto her face.
But I figured a little break can't hurt. Usually I go hiking with Zion, but since we're bunk buddies now, I figured, what the hey, and decided to bring you along instead.
Girl, we are not bunk buddies.
Lucky me. So, where have you been all day then?
Oh, you know, a little here, a little there. I needed some fresh air after everything this morning.
Yeah, I think I still have shards of coffee mugs stuck in my boots.
Ooh.
Sorry about that. I'm just so...
The girl's a literal volcano. She's just getting more and more pent up until she just fucking explodes.
I'm at my wit's end, Eve. I've always been the one to do the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and everything. I alphabetize Yosemite's books and make sure they end up back on the shelf. Even before you moved in, I was the one keeping the cabin spick and span, making sure Yosemite had a comfy reading space, taking care of Zion's hair. I also...
I get it. You do everything around the place.
I do, absolutely, positively, but all I ever hear is laundry this and tea time that.
Yellowstone puffs out her cheeks and looks stern in what I think is supposed to be her best Yosemite impression.
Yellowstone, why haven't you done the 10 things I already asked you to do? I've got 5 more that need to be done right now.
Oh my god, yeah. I roll my eyes to try and keep myself from chuckling. Couldn't have done it better myself, kid.
So fight back. Tell Yosemite to shove it or something. Tell her you don't want to do all her chores anymore. That'd be more productive than just throwing a tantrum about it.
It's not that I don't want to do it. I like being useful and all. It's just that a little bit more gratitude would be nice, you know? I'm working my tush off for her, but it's crystal clear that she doesn't care about that. In fact...
She glances over her shoulder, then leans in and cups her hand over her mouth as if Yosemite might plummet down from the heavens and catch her in the act.
I'm starting to think that maybe she even has it out for me.
Oh my god.
That girl has it out for everybody.
Minus Zion.
But this is different. She was downright mean this morning. It's been like that more and more lately.
Well, if you aren't going to stand up for yourself, then you're pretty much just asking for it.
Why can't you cut me some slack? I was kind of hoping for some compassion here.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but if you're not going to make a change, then all you're doing is blowing off the job people rely on you to do.
That's the thing, though. I'm starting
I detect the faintest hint of a voice crack.
to wonder if it's even worth it. Yosemite is a real pretty place, and I love living with the other gals. I'll always have Yellowstone the park, but taking care of the cabin makes Yellowstone the me really happy. A place to belong, you know? But if no one at that place appreciates you, then it makes you wonder if you really do belong there.
Smoke or steam, I'm not sure which, rises from the crater in her head. She sighs and gazes past me at the empty wilderness, but even emptier than that is the look in her eyes. I wonder how many mornings I've dragged myself to the mirror only to see that same exhausted stare reflecting back at me.
Look, kid, I get you. I really do. About wondering if it's worth it and all. But I have to know, why me? You said you usually bring Zion along, right? Why not just ask her instead?
Yellowstone gives me a sad smile, but nonetheless tries to force the cheer out of herself, straining her voice until she sounds only slightly miserable.
I already told you that, silly. I thought you could use a break too. It'll be great. We can tell stories, swap gossip, talk about boys. You know, girl stuff.
Is that girl stuff?
I'm not into a single one of those things.
Well, feel free to start walking back to Yosemite if you want. It's a bit under 1,000 miles by foot, so you better get a move on.
Okay. This little brat, I swear, I'm going... Before I can bring myself to wring her neck, I get an idea. So, instead, I turn around and simply start walking.
Cool. I'll take my chances.
Wait! Hold on a sec!
I freeze and try to hide my grin. No wonder Yosemite has such an ego. Being the smartest person in the room must be addicting. Oh my god.
The truth is, I brought you along because I felt like I could trust you. There, I said it.
Genuine shock wipes the smirk right off my face. Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought.
Huh? But why?
It's silly, but
Her eyes shift to the ground. She bashfully kicks the dirt around her.
when you complimented my flapjacks the other day, it made me really happy. Like, golly, someone finally appreciates something I'm doing. And then when you took charge and put out that fire, it just... I don't know, it made me like you even more. It's like you really know what you're doing. I'm probably just being stupid, huh?
Neither of us say anything. In fact, I'm almost tempted to keep it that way and have her take me back. But there's something about this sad volcano girl that I just can't turn away from. How many times over the years have I been at my breaking point, just one little step from going off the deep end? How many times have I been blown off and told to suck it up when all I wanted was to vent? And where has that gotten me? Finally, I give a long, defeated sigh. Yellowstone better thank her lucky stars that her pancakes are good.
Tell you what, kid. You promise, and I mean promise, to take me home in time to finish up with the rest of the trash in the park. And I'll hike around with you for a few hours.
Yellowstone perks up, and for the first time I notice how her volcano cuts through the air when she makes sudden movements.
You mean it? Cross your heart and hope to die?
I don't know about that last part, but she flings herself at me, stopping just shy of our noses touching, and I can feel the heat emanating from her head in waves.
Stick 1,000 needles in your eye?
Oh, hell no!
Yes! Now, get out of my face before I plug your volcano with a rock!
She skips forward, backpack bouncing cheerily off her shoulders. Even if she hadn't just spent 10 minutes talking my ear off about it, it would be easy to see just how much she's been looking forward to this.
Oh, you won't regret this, Evo! Me and you are gonna have a blast! We're gonna hike and do more hiking, and then after we take it easy for a bit, we can hike even more!
Yo, this is just me with you, Wyver.
Not so fast, Mountaineer.
I yank on her backpack and reel her back in.
What about that thing on your head? We'll have a lot of explaining to do if someone sees you.
Oh, good point.
No sweat!
With a flourish, she slides her backpack off and rifles through it for just a second. Then she stands back up, triumphant.
Ta-da!
Isn't it a little... I guess there's snow out, so it's probably cool enough for that. It's a soft hat. She stretches it taut over her volcano, covering it perfectly. Now it just looks like she has a really big head.
I guess that's an improvement.
Damn, bro, this bitch got a 10 head.
Groovy! Now let's beat feet.
Oh my god. I can only assume she means let's go, so I motion my hand forward and let her lead. She skips ahead and starts on the trail, humming to herself and twirling to the music in her head.
Just promise you'll take me home early, please. I'm about overdue for an earful from Jessie, and I don't want to risk it now.
You're such a worrywart, dollface. Just hang back and smell the roses for a bit.
As she skips further ahead on the trail, I see her hand inch below her backpack, almost hidden. Maybe it's just my imagination, but for a brief second, it looks like her fingers are crossed.
This'll be a walk in the park.
Literally. The pace Yellowstone sets is excruciatingly slow. Sometimes it feels like we're not even moving at all. I sometimes have to march ahead, hitting a steady stride just so I can keep myself warm among the dusting of snow that decorates our surroundings. It forms mushy mud puddles in parts of the trail, but in others the path is so well trodden that the snow is gone entirely. Sometimes Yellowstone will dart off the road to inspect a soggy plant or peculiar rock along the way. She'll kneel down, humming to herself, gently touching the object of her curiosity like a scientist. During these moments, I force myself to stop and admire the flora and fauna with her. Cold be damned, it's been a hot minute or two since I've been within spitting distance of Yellowstone. May as well enjoy some of it, regardless of the circumstances.
Say, Eve?
Hmm?
Oh. Oh, we have the same fucking reaction. Content, I move along from the ice-crusted bush I was looking at and continue on the trail. Like my shadow, Yellowstone falls in lockstep beside me.
I was wondering, what made you want to become a ranger?
Easy. I like nature, and I like the parks. Wanted a job that would let me be around both. Had my mind set on it since I was a kid.
Well, after that awkward veterinarian phase, but let's not talk about that. Okay, but most kids think about being a vet.
Then why are you so grouchy about having to do it?
You sure don't beat around the bush, do you?
Well, yeah. Most folks stop listening if I ramble too long. Cut to the chase is what Yosemite always says.
Bro. My mom's like that too. I get you, bro. At least that's one good piece of advice that bookworm has.
It's not that I'm grouchy about having to do my job. I just don't like having to deal with people or their messes.
So, you don't like talking to people then?
Bingo.
Yeah. She gets quiet and we drift apart a little bit. My pace stays the same, but Yellowstone starts to lag behind. Not stopping, but not keeping up. I can hear her clump along behind me. Then her footsteps quicken to catch back up.
Are there any rangers that do have to talk more?
Plenty.
I start to pick up the pace a little. Yellowstone lags behind again, but soon enough she's right by my side again.
What do they do?
Nothing but talk. Kind of like you.
My mind immediately shifts to Jessie. I'm pretty sure the first thing that woman does when she wakes up is talk. Probably the last thing she does before sleeping too. If she's not working, then she's almost certainly chatting.
And what do you do?
Answer your questions?
Yellowstone giggles as if I told a funny joke. Unfortunately for her, I'm not laughing.
I mean, what do you really do, silly? You're always buzzing around like a worker bee, but it seems like you're doing something new every day.
It's not enough to kidnap me. She has to torture me, too. I glance back at her even though I'm brushing her off. Her smile is radiant and genuine as she waits for me to respond. Okay, maybe torture is a bit too strong of a word, but at the very least, she's not a nagging busybody like some other parks I know.
If you have to know, I'm basically law enforcement. If someone screws up, I'm who they call to take care of it.
So you're like a forest cop.
Not too far off, actually. Got training just like any other cop. Only difference is I did it on the federal level.
I feel a spring in my step as my long, dormant pride briefly swells up inside me.
So how come you gotta take out the trash?
Damn. And it's gone again. Dude, she's like a little kid where it's like no filter.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a glorified janitor. Also, it's the Park Service. No one just does one thing.
But the other rangers do different things?
Sure. Some of us are tour guides that show visitors around the park. Other folks go do outreach programs at school. That kind of thing.
You don't do any of that, though.
Says who? I've given more than my fair share of lectures to bored middle schoolers, thanks.
It's not wrong, yeah. The little gremlins usually pile into Yosemite on field trips. It was exciting the first couple times. I thought I might have a chance to really connect with those kids. But after a while, it became more and more obvious that none of them had an interest in the outdoors. Just video games and internet celebrities. No comment. I have no room to say anything. I am playing a video game. It ended up working out since I lost my interest in them too.
Though at this point, I don't think they want me talking to anybody.
Aw, that's not true. You're doing just swell talking to me.
You must be pretty desperate for conversation if you think so.
Believe me, I am.
Damn! She says it with a cheerful, wholly unironic grin. Still, she quiets down again and we carry on our trek. When I'm not being distracted with chatter, it's easy to enjoy the experience. Just like Yosemite, the park isn't too crowded, with the snow and cold keeping away all but the most determined sightseers. Oh dang, I didn't even realize that was a thing I could do. I forgot about that. The visitation rate will spike next month once it starts getting warmer, but for now, there aren't too many people around to ruin it. We do get passed by the occasional backpacker or hiker, usually going in the other direction. Without fail, Yellowstone greets them with a chirpy hi or a wave. I do my best to avoid eye contact and ignore them. A light breeze carries some old snow with it, enough to make me shiver and wrap my arms around myself. It's only going to get colder the higher up we go. Rather than strike up another conversation, instead, Yellowstone starts to whistle. She cycles through a number of folk songs as well as several melodies I don't recognize. Eventually, she settles on, "I've been working on the railroad," repeating its distinctive refrain over and over again until I'm sure that even the birds will be singing it for days. After we've been walking for 30 minutes or so, I notice a familiar sight up near the edge of the trail. I veer off in its direction with Yellowstone watching curiously.
What'd you find?
I kneel down and pick up the item in question, holding it so she can see my prize. It's a paper wrapper from a dollar menu cheeseburger. Someone must have been carrying this one around for a while since they're pretty deep in the park.
Garbage. Left behind by walking garbage.
Yeah.
I'll throw it away at the next trash can.
I'm glad that I kept my gloves on before Yellowstone abducted me. They let me ignore the congealed cheese that hangs loose from the trash. That's so gross.
Gross. You're the bee's knees for cleaning up the place, though.
Thanks.
Her never-ending use of outdated slang is something I've gotten used to tuning out. At least I know what bee's knees means. Not too much later, I spot an abandoned park map fluttering uselessly in the breeze. When I snatch it out of the air, it's speckled with mud. The date on the attached receipt is from several days ago. I crumple it into a ball and carry it alongside the burger wrapper.
More trash?
Yes.
Of course. It's all over the place if you look for it.
And after spotting the first piece, I can't help but look for it. With every step we take, my eyes scan the trail for more litter. Before long, my hands are both full. When we finally reach a trash can where I can offload everything, I sigh with relief. I'm going to need to take the longest shower of my life when I'm home. With a whoop and a cheer, Yellowstone dashes over to the low wood railing that turns this spot into a small observational point.
Take a gander at that, Eve. Ain't it grand?
It is.
I can't help but be impressed by the sprawling forest that dominates the horizon. No matter which direction I turn, the view could be a postcard.
You know, we can go anywhere in the park whenever you want. Just say the word.
Anywhere?
Yep. Top of the mountain, bottom of the mountain, the entrance, the exit, even in the middle of nowhere.
I like the thermal pools and the geyser.
That's because it's me. It's the same for Zion and Yosemite, too. The girls, I mean.
But only around the park?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
A worrying thought crosses my mind.
And you can take us back home, right? You aren't just trying to pull a fast one on me, are you?
Of course! That's how we got back last time.
Last time? Are you telling me that I was dangling off a cliff in Yellowstone National Park?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, come on. You didn't die.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I could just take you back to the same cliff. Yellowstone giggles. I'm glad she finds my near-death experience entertaining. Maybe she can finish the job next time.
I'll let you in on a little secret.
Oh, goody.
You know that painting back in the cabin? The gorgeous one with the view from the top of Mount Washburn?
Mm-hmm.
They're all gorgeous, but sure.
Well, that's like home base.
Okay.
As long as it's in the cabin, I can go right back there. Although, if you moved the painting, I'd have to go there instead.
Sounds like there's a lot of arbitrary rules.
Right? It makes my head spin. But it's like Yosemite always says, linear thinking won't
Get you anywhere, I know. She's given me the lecture.
Sounds like her, all right. She always yaks about the same thing over and over.
She does it because she thinks it'll make her sound smart. Now, let's keep going.
The view is gorgeous. There's no denying that. If I could, I'd stay here for a week, exploring and poking around, but I have to get home. I'd never hear the end of it from Jessie if she found me shirking my duties.
Roger that!
We start back up the trail. The next stretch of trail is devoid of litter. Fortunately, it must be the close proximity to the bin. My moment of relief is short-lived, though. There are still plenty of reminders of how careless park visitors are, like the initials scratched into one of the trees by the road. I stop and glare at the offending carving.
Nobody knows or cares who you were, PT.
No, for real. I'm probably the only person in the world who will give a second thought to the marking, and I'm sure it's not for the reason they intended. Yellowstone peers around my shoulder to see what I'm looking at.
You sure don't miss a thing.
Kinda hard not to.
Can't help it. As much as I'd like to sometimes.
I'm doomed to notice each and every blemish and imperfection. Just like Yosemite with its problems and stories, I'm sure Yellowstone the park has its fair share of stories too. Except, just like the initials carved into the tree, nobody cares about what they have to say.
Why do you think people are like that?
Because they're fucking assholes? I don't know. I turn back around to face Yellowstone. She bounces from one foot to another, unable to sit still even when we're not walking.
You really are full of questions today.
Oh, not just today.
Oh, God.
Pretty much every day. Except usually Yosemite just stops answering.
Sounds like her.
Sounds like many people I know.
Anyway, as to why they're like this, I guess it's because they're selfish. They don't think about what they're doing or what it costs nature. They just want something, so they take it. They're like...
Vultures? I look off into the distance, struggling to find the right comparison, and then the answer dances its way into my memory.
They're like a wildfire. They just come in and destroy everything. Doesn't matter if they burn the entire place down. All that matters is that they get their kicks. And then they just spread, consuming and destroying.
Like wildfire.
Yellowstone looks mystified by the comparison, her eyes glazing over and then widening.
I don't think that's fair, though, you know? They're people with thoughts and feelers. Wildfire can't do that.
I guess. That's beside the point, though. It was just a comparison. Besides, doesn't it bother you? Seems like this should get on your nerves just as much as mine. After all, you live here. Or are here, or something.
Well, I don't like it, you're right. But it comes with the territory. I'd rather deal with it than have nobody come see me. See the park, I mean.
Even though they don't respect you? Or the park?
Not everything's about respect, Eve. Sometimes you just gotta have fun.
To emphasize, she flashes a peace sign at me, the epitome of fun.
I don't think every person who leaves behind some trash is a bad person. They're just people who made a teensy tiny mistake. If you help them out, maybe they won't make that mistake again next time. Little bit of talking and working together, and who knows? You might end up being great pals and doing great things together. Just imagine if you hadn't compromised with Yosemite back at the cabin. We'd have never gotten to know each other like this.
Yeah, and I'd be safe and sound back at home doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Exactly, and that's no fun.
I mean, true, she wouldn't be having as much fun. She says it with a smug tone of voice, like she's just proved some great point rather than missing it entirely. I roll my eyes. I don't know if Yellowstone's being willfully ignorant or what. It completely baffles me that she's not bothered by the way the park is treated. For someone who threw a tantrum and ran away because she felt like she was unappreciated, she's awfully eager to forgive the good people and assume they have the best intentions. I can't just let this go. She'll thank me for it later.
You're still being naive. When it comes to nature, people will just keep making compromise after compromise until there's nothing left. Rainforests, ice caps, endangered species, all these things are being wiped out because of compromises. Either you make people understand the truth, or you give up on them. Because most aren't worth the time or effort. They're never going to learn or care. And that's 90% of the people that you see out here.
What about the other 10%, though?
What about them?
If you can help even that 10%, doesn't that make it worth it? Sometimes they just need someone to teach them the right thing to do.
Oh god, not her too.
I'll bet you most of those 10% would be happy to have someone show them the ropes so they can do better next time. As long as there's someone to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm immediately done with the conversation. I just give her a flat answer so that we can move on. I really don't need to hear the same lecture twice in a day. It's obvious that Yosemite drilled the same nonsense into Yellowstone's head that she tried to pass on to me. Instead, I try to just focus on the hike again, push the distractions out of my head, keep my attention focused on the top of Mount Washburn instead of the imperfections that we pass by. It doesn't work very well, but I refrain from mentioning it or picking up more. If Yellowstone doesn't care, then I'll let it be someone else's problem, someone else's story. Between the garbage, the vandalism, and now the lecture, pretty much any enjoyment I was getting out of the trip has evaporated. It seems like every day of my life I'm doomed to hear the same meandering criticisms about how it's my fault that idiots are idiots. To her credit, Yellowstone stays quiet for now, but I'm sure it's just a temporary reprieve. I'm proven right when we round another bend in the path. Up ahead, a group of hikers are heading towards us. They've all got huge backpacks and gear. Looks like they're backcountry hikers, probably doing some dispersed camping. As they get closer, they wave at us and all say hello. I manage a stiff nod, but keep walking. Yellowstone, on the other hand,
Hi there, everyone! How y'all doing today?
is totally distracted.
Well, hey there. We're doing just great. Yep, how about you?
Oh god.
Just came down the mountain. Had a drink and a snack. Oh, you two are in for a treat once you get up there.
Why do I feel like I know that guy's voice? I'd have to double check. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I wonder if we'll see the evidence of their drink and snack left behind.
Oh, the view is so good, isn't it? I could just live up here.
Yep, same. It was gorgeous.
I keep walking in the hopes that Yellowstone will get the hint and catch up, but I'm not that lucky. She might not even notice I'm leaving her behind. So I drag my feet and haul myself over next to her.
So you three are pretty geared up. Those bags look pretty spiffy. Staying overnight.
We are, yep. Just gotta find a spot.
We're doing the backwoods thing.
Oh my god.
Back country.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, that sounds like so much fun. Maybe my friend and I should give that a try sometime.
Absolutely not.
The five of them laugh like they think I'm joking.
Oh, guess we should introduce ourselves. I'm Russ, yep.
Jakey, that's Clara, and that's Croc.
The other two both wave as they're introduced. No way out of this, I guess.
I'm Eve. And this,
Yellowstone looks at me with eager eyes, probably hoping for a cool alias.
is Yellow. Yeah, her name is Yellow.
Bro! Instant disappointment. But with someone called Croc, it's not like she's got the strangest name here.
So, how are you guys liking the park so far?
Great so far. We've been here for 2 days, and we've got another 2 days to go. It's good. Never visited before.
It's the cat's meow! What other stuff have you seen?
Well, we started at Hayden Valley, then came up this way.
We passed by Grand Canyon, too. Yep.
Croc
Nice.
didn't realize it's not the Grand Canyon.
Easy mistake. She's real nice, too. What kind of gear have you got? Looks like a real heavy load. Aren't your backs just about to give out from lugging all that around?
Honestly, yes. I just want to fall over and sleep forever.
Have to find a campsite first. We've got all the essentials with us, though. Tent, blankets, food, stove, flashlights.
Roughing it as much as we can.
Wait, did that guy just say they don't have a campsite yet?
Wow, you can fit all that in there?
Sure can. Bit of a pain to take with us, like you said, but it gets the job done.
I hope you guys can take a break soon.
Ha! Me too!
We're actually looking for a spot right now. Trying to find something close by.
Going back up the mountain in the morning, yup.
Oh, I wonder if I know of anywhere good close by.
She taps a finger on her lips as she pivots around, scanning the area.
You know this place pretty well then.
Like the back of my hand.
It'd be good to find somewhere with a bit of cover from the wind. In case the tent crashes again.
Wait, crashes?
All 5 of them, including Yellowstone, flinch at my words like they forgot I was here. Maybe they did. 10 eyes turn to look at me. Crap, why did I have to speak up?
Yeah, during the middle of the night it just sorta caved in.
Girl, that means you didn't set it up right.
Right on our heads, yep.
I notice him eyeing my badge warily. I wonder if he's been doing it this whole time. Hope he doesn't connect the dots and figure out I don't actually work in this park.
Sounds like you must have staked it out wrong.
I told you!
She hits one of the others on the arm. It makes a poof sound against his light jacket.
Yeah, the videos made it look a lot easier.
At least he has the good sense to look embarrassed.
It's kind of been one thing after the other, to be honest. First, we got lost on our way to the mountain, then we got the car stuck in the mud for a while.
She rambles on for a good couple minutes, listing all the things that have gone wrong since they left home. Forgotten supplies, mixed up trails, and more. Internally, I'm rolling my eyes the entire time. At a glance, it looked like they were well prepped, but of course, it turns out that I gave them too much credit. Finally, when she mentions how they were considering doing the hike without extra water, I reach my breaking point.
Okay, that's enough.
Clara stops mid-ramble. She could give Yellowstone a run for her money when it comes to chatting.
The 4 of you sound like you're not prepared to be out here at all. You're lucky to have made it this long. It can get well below freezing here at night. You don't know how to pitch a tent. You don't know how to pack. Did you do any research at all before you came into the park?
All 4 of them are stone silent, their eyes wide.
This is the wilderness. There's a lot of empty land out there. Just because it's a park doesn't mean that someone's going to find you right away if you're in trouble. You need to learn some respect for nature, because nature doesn't give a damn about you.
They're all still cowed into silence. Even Yellowstone looks a little embarrassed. I might have been a little too harsh. But that's better than going too easy on them. One of the hikers finally nods.
We understand.
Sorry.
Maybe we should just cut the trip a bit short.
The look of dejection spreads from one to another like a plague. Jakey starts to sag under the weight of his backpack, like it just got a whole lot heavier.
Hey now, that's quitter talk.
Yellowstone leaps in between the group and me, trying to salvage the situation.
Eve's a bit of a grouch, but she's just trying to say that you should be more careful next time. You don't have to give up and go home. You just gotta do better.
Well, she kinda made it sound like we're going to die a horrible death out here.
Because you will.
Not if we can help it. Right, Eve?
Okay, yeah, but...
What?
You folks said you're still looking for a spot to hit the hay, right? What if we help out a little and give you a couple pointers?
Would you really? I mean, that'd be great, but it's a lot to ask.
Absolutely.
Hey, Yellow, I don't...
My protests fall on deaf ears. I've already been volunteered.
Can you help us with our campfire too?
You mean voluntold? Yellowstone looks at me expectantly. I sigh again. I've been doing that a lot since we got here.
Not like I have much of a choice.
It's better than letting them burn the whole place down. The last thing I want is to deal with another forest fire.
Hooray!
And just like that, I'm dragged into Yellowstone's shenanigans.
So then what you're gonna wanna do is slide these suckers in! Aha!
I can't bear to watch. Can't look away either.
And from there you gotta... Wait, that's not right.
This is embarrassing. Pitiful, even.
Just a jiff, I think. Okay, I think I cracked the code. All you gotta do is step over here and lift this up and...
Bro. The fabric of the tent tugs up beneath Yellowstone's boots. She face plants onto the ground cloth. Half the tent yanked along behind her. There's a thud, and when it's all said and done, she's tangled and I think they meant entombed within the tent. A volcano burrito.
You alive?
There's no answer. For a moment, I think I might have to dive in and save her like a drowning dog, but that distinct cone shape wiggles its way through. Yellowstone gasps for air as her head pops up to the surface, then breaks into a breathy laughter.
Whew, what a tumble! But at least we know what doesn't work now.
Mm-hmm. I pinch the bridge of my nose until it feels like it might snap. The campers just look on at my side. Clara and Jakey with genuine sprinklings of concern on their faces. Russ and the other guy stare with amused wonder and as if they are actually witnessing the correct way to pitch a tent. They aren't.
If you're going to offer your help to someone, you should at least know how to actually do that thing.
And I do! Just gotta refresh the old memory and it'll be easy peasy.
She curls her fingers into an okay sign. Somehow, I'm not reassured.
It's all good. Once we have this tent and fire all set up, this place is gonna look dope AF.
Oh god. The other three cringe, wearing various shades of disgust. Something I imagine I'd be doing if I had any idea what it meant. Dope is like cool, right? So what does AF mean? Affirmative? Whatever it means, Yellowstone immediately takes a shine to it. Her head perks up as she gazes off into the distance.
Dope AF.
Oh god, oh no. Oh no.
Dope AF.
No.
Dope AF.
No.
Dope AF.
No.
Dope AF.
Oh god.
Dope AF.
Okay. She spouts it off over and over, grooving along to the rhythm of her voice. All four of the hikers throw me worried glances. If only they knew this was the least strange part of Yellowstone.
Should I have not said that?
No.
There's no closing this Pandora's box, Liz.
Oh, it's Grok, actually.
I know. This must be how she picks up on all that slang she throws around. No wonder it's so all over the place.
Sorry about our friend being so lame. We really appreciate your help, though. It's insane how quickly you were able to get this place all set up.
We were pretty much just winging it up until now.
Yeah, I could tell.
They all dodge eye contact with me except for Clara, who shrinks into herself looking hurt. That might have been a bit too harsh. Again, they haven't done anything yet. As far as campers go, they could be a lot worse. I didn't even spot a single can of beer when I was sorting through their food. They might not know what a bear bag is, but they aren't bad kids.
It's fine. Everyone has to start somewhere. Would rather you learn the right way than try to fail at it yourselves.
Clara chuckles, the validation seeming to lift her spirits. It's a reminder that it might not hurt to be a little more patient with them.
At least we know how to dig a cat hole, yep.
Oh god, only a little. I take a moment to scan the area and admire my handiwork. They were ready to call it a day, so I went ahead and found them a nice flat clearing not too far off the trail. Trees surround the makeshift hideout like a natural fort. Poking between the leaves, the ranger lookout sits perched on a hill like a prison guard. Unknown to even Yellowstone, this was intentional on my part. Just a precautionary measure in case of any emergencies. Aside from choosing the campsite, I've gone ahead and set up their lawn chairs. It's a small detail, but I positioned them so they're facing the trail. That way, if any of them wakes up in the middle of the night, they can go stargazing without any trees blocking the way. Of course, the only reason these sort of details are so fresh in my head is because I had so much time to kill during my suspension. Nothing like mandatory leave to get you to reconnect with nature. Before that, the last time I went solo camping by myself was... well, I guess it was before I joined the Park Service. It makes me wonder how much of myself I've given to this job, and if I were to quit tomorrow, how much of me, the actual me, not Ranger Adams, would be left. It's scary to think about how tied my sense of self is with this job. I whine and moan about it all the time, but if I weren't a ranger, then I have no idea what I would be. Would I be nothing? Hell, would the world even keep existing? So many years devoted to dreaming about this job, just as many devoted to loathing it. But in both cases, I was always devoted.
Okie dokie, enough chit-chat. I'm gonna try to set this bad boy up again, and this time it'll be dope, eh?
No.
Nope, absolutely not. I've stood here and watched you stumble your way through this long enough.
Oh my god. Yellowstone springs from the heap of the tent only for me to push her aside and take a knee.
Look, you didn't even put the poles through the grommets.
Oh, is that what they are?
God.
I just call them hole thingies.
Woman.
Okay, you're officially banned from pitching this tent.
If anyone should know how to pitch a tent, it should be the spirit of a national park.
Just keep doing what you are now.
But I'm not doing anything! Nothing! Nada!
Exactly.
And you're doing such a good job at it, sweetie.
Quick puffs of smoke wheeze above her as she pouts, straining through the fabric of her hat. It doesn't matter how many hats she wears. If she can't control her emotions, then nothing's going to hide the things that come out of her head.
Let's see, which one of you do I like the most? Clara.
Oh my god.
Hey, how could you remember her name?
I ignore Iguana. Gesture for Clara.
Get over here and help. I want to make sure at least one of you knows how this is done.
If anyone's gonna remember, it'll be Clara.
My brain just kind of wings it most of the time, too.
Right, here we go. Clara gives an excited nod and scrambles over. She hovers over me and focuses in. It reminds me of Yosemite peering over and glancing at my journal when I'm writing.
I'll do my best.
If nothing else, at least she's motivated.
You see how I'm pushing this pole through the sleeve?
I slide the pole in and out of the thin sleeve that runs across the tent.
Do the same thing on the other side, after it's in the grommet. From there, we'll lift it up together. Got it?
Sounds like a plan.
She skips to the other side and bends over. Diligently, she begins to slip the poles through the sleeves, matching them at the end with the color-coded tabs.
This is exciting. It's been such a long time since I've been camping like this. Like, actual camping.
It catches me a little off guard. Most people these days just go in their tin can motorhomes like that couple. I stop fiddling with the poles for a few seconds and glance over.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. We lived near a national forest, so my dad would take me camping out there during extra long weekends. 4th of July, Memorial Day, things like that.
I can't help but smirk a little as I slide the last sliver of the pole through. Maybe this kid isn't completely helpless.
Rugged outdoorsman, huh?
Oh my god, yes.
Lift.
We reach towards the middle of the tent and hoist it up at the same time. The poles act as a frame, giving the tent its modest round shape.
He was always doing something out there. I didn't know one man could spend so many hours fishing.
Reminds me of my old man. He and my brothers were the ones who got me into camping. To this day, roughing it and loving it is the family motto. You have the stakes?
That's one heck of a scary motto. Fun, though. Makes me wish I had kept up with all this. And yeah, they're right here.
She grabs a handful of stakes and the hammer from off the ground. The tent is looking shapely now. There's more simple stuff that needs doing, like putting the fly on, but staking is the last big one.
Well, when you get home, you can tell him about how you outdid him at his own hobby.
Wish I could, but he died a few years back.
Oh. She doesn't even flinch while saying it. It's as cheerful and natural sounding as the rest of the conversation. So maybe that's why I turn into a stuttering mess.
Oh.
Mind if I do this part? I think I remember how to now.
And maybe that's why I nod my head and agree with it. She bends back down and starts hammering the stakes into the soft soil between the straps of fabric at the end of the poles.
The anniversary is coming up, and between that and school being so tough, I guess I just wanted to feel closer to him.
How does someone answer that? Am I expected to? Within the time it takes to snap your fingers, it feels like my entire perspective of this girl has gone through a kaleidoscope of changes. It's not because her dad is dead. Not entirely, anyway. If anything, I think it's because she even has a dad. These people, the rowdy pains in my ass who don't care about anything but themselves, they have family. They have lives. Put those things together and you realize, sweet mother of God, these people have some sort of rationale and perspective. My breath catches in my throat. Why does that scare me so much?
All done. Hope it's all up to snuff.
Clara drops the hammer on the ground, presenting her achievement with a smile. Her friends and Yellowstone stand off to the side, oohing and awing at this most impressive of displays.
Looks pretty spiffy to me. You did a swell job. Don't you think so, Eve?
I shake myself out of it not long enough to see an erected tent that isn't toppling over in the wind.
Oh, yeah. Keep it up, and you'll be a real pro.
I can put on the fly if one of y'all wants to set up the fire. Yep, I can.
Oh my god.
Ooh, me!
Yellowstone leaps up and down, volunteering herself to the cause. No one even has time to argue before she's sprinting over to the supplies.
I'm gonna go snag the lighter fluid!
Oh, hell no, you aren't. It takes a while for the words to sink in and settle, but once they do, I chase after her.
Hold it! I'm preemptively banning you from building a fire! You're banned! Got it? Banned!
Goodbye! Good luck! Good night!
Yellowstone shouts into the distance, like the four hikers turn campers, wave goodbye, the campfire I built for them silhouetting their bodies in warm, flickering light.
Don't forget to drink lots of water! And be sure to bundle up!
Very important. As Yellowstone continues the spectacle of her farewell, I stand at her side, stiff as a statue.
Take care. Thanks for all your help.
Sorry I brought up your dead dad. Oh my god. Clara cups her hands around her mouth and yells, the energy in her voice carrying it even further than Yellowstone's. Thanks. I raise my hand, and even though I'm moving now, it still feels stiff. From this far away, I doubt she can tell, but I give a slight wave. Just one, before turning around and starting back on the trail. It takes a while, but eventually I hear Yellowstone's footsteps shuffle behind me. Soon we're in lockstep with each other, hiking in silence as the sky dims to a deep orange. We're almost out of daylight here in Wyoming. I wonder how much light is left in California, though if I'm being honest with myself, finishing up with the trash couldn't be farther from my mind at this point.
That sure was fun.
She looks up, gazing at the trees. The branches almost look like shadows in this light, stripped of their texture.
You don't think so?
I don't know what I think.
Except, that's a lie. I felt something when we were helping out those hikers, but it wasn't fun. No, it was fear. Fear that I still might not be as hardened as I wish I were. Fear that maybe, in some way, I might be wrong.
Well, I had a swell time.
There's a somber tenderness in Yellowstone's voice, like the volume on her has been turned down.
All those pleases and thank yous, it was nice, you know? I wish it could be like that all the time.
It feels like a rock just sank to the pit of my stomach, and now it can only sit there while I dwell on it. What she wants is impossible. Most people aren't grateful, or even half interested. Every so often you'll get someone like Clara and her friends, but those are few and far between. For the most part, people are careless and destructive. They are, right? Because if they aren't, then this entire time I've been... Two hikers passed us from the opposite direction, their hair matted from the gallons of sweat pouring out of them, but both smiling. Yellowstone gasps.
We're almost at the tip-top! Come on, Slowpoke!
Yeah, people are very nice. You know, it's just the sad few that aren't. There's no time for me to live up to my new mantle of Slowpoke, though. Yellowstone grabs my wrist and tugs me along behind her. My feet stumble over each other, struggling to match her pace.
Careful! You're gonna yank my arm out of my socket!
We stop.
Oh.
Ooh. Below us, a sweeping valley of trees extends miles ahead, blanketing the earth with its greenery. It's cut off by a sheer cliff, a sudden drop that would swallow everything in darkness if not for the sun's glowing orange reflecting off the rocks. And beyond even that, the park rolls off into the pink horizon, stretching on forever. All that anchors us here is the posted wooden sign. Mount Washburn. Elevation 10,243 feet.
Ain't it a sight for sore eyes?
That it sure is.
Very sore.
You too, huh?
Oh yeah. I glance down at Yellowstone. She glances up at me. For a long time we stare at each other. The blue in Yellowstone's eyes almost looks gray, as if the color's been sucked from it, like how the color has been out of me. She's always so excitable, always so loud, so bouncy. There's not an off button on this girl, even when she's sleeping. In more ways than I can count, she's my polar opposite. So why does it feel like we're on the same wavelength right now? I rear myself away from her and stare off into the distance, not looking at anything in particular.
Maybe.
Golly, you sure do have a lot of pride, Missy.
That's all I got left.
Don't assume things so much. You'll turn out like Yosemite.
Oh! Despite me being deathly serious, Yellowstone chuckles. She slides off her hat, revealing her volcano. It's a reminder that whatever she or the other two girls are, they aren't human. Not entirely.
You sure it's okay to take that off?
Yep. Folks usually don't come up here once it's dark.
Taking a knee, she wiggles out of her backpack and zips it open. Like a magician pulling tissue from their sleeve, she unfolds a checkered picnic blanket and lays it on the ground.
Come on, take a load off. It's wild comfy.
She pats the blanket. Dust comes flying off of it in small plumes. Oh, doesn't bother me though. My aching feet need a rest, dust or no dust. I take Yellowstone up on her offer and plop down next to her. Even on top of the blanket, I can feel myself sink into the soil. In a way, it's like falling onto a soft bed after a long day. Refreshing.
It's always so nice kicking back up here. That crisp mountain air really helps you get back to nature.
Not that I don't agree, but...
Aren't you technically nature?
Yeah. Giggling, Yellowstone slaps me on the back like she's trying to burp a baby. Well-meaning, I'm sure, but with how hard she's doing it, I feel like I'm going to somersault over the face of the mountain.
That's different, you goofball. This here is my special place.
Special place?
Yeah, everyone's gotta have a special place. I bet you have one too.
Yeah. I think back to my old hikes up Lambert Dome, and how when I was at the peak, sweaty and scarfing down as much thin air as I could, I would sit down on a rock and start to journal. The wind was sometimes so fierce it would rip the papers right out of the notebook. But I was always able to make it work. At least back then I could.
I'm a ranger. The entire park is my special place.
Yellowstone blows out an unimpressed whistle that I swear echoes across the valley.
Phew, can't argue with that kind of gumption now, can I?
Yellowstone's eyes widen.
Golly, I almost forgot! I gotta do laundry!
With a burst of second wind, she unzips another one of the many, many zippers on her backpack.
Well, unless you take us home, there's not a whole lot you can...
The words have barely left my mouth when she dumps a trash bag full of dirty clothes into her head. She what now?
Never mind.
What? Oh, hell no, that's not how you... Okay. It only gets more horrifying when she starts tossing in pods of detergent next.
Yosemite is gonna bust a gasket if I don't get this done. Eve, quick! Say something super mean to me.
Okay. Your sense in fashion fucking
It's
sucks.
okay. I can take it.
She gives me a determined nod, but I don't think she quite understands that I tend to specialize in this kind of stuff. There's a reason those bozos back at the station call me a porcupine. But if she insists...
No one in the entire world,
oh my God,
now or ever, will ever love you.
Jesus! Yellowstone takes a moment to digest what I said. Her face goes downcast.
Wow. What a bummer.
Nothing you do will ever be appreciated or acknowledged. It's pointless.
At this point, this feels like you're just
Really
venting, brother.
heavy.
Tears spot the corners of her eyes. Whatever I'm doing must be working because the distant sound of bubbling water begins to belch out of her volcano.
Pointless, just like your existence.
Oh my God.
If you think about it, if you keeled over tomorrow, your impact on the world would basically amount to nothing. I guess the worms would appreciate.
Oh, she shoves me. I nearly tip over.
Knock it off! You're just being nasty now. You big bully!
Wow, you tried hard for that one. Whimpering, she tries to sniff back the tears, but that doesn't stop the water from boiling to the top of her head. But instead of squirting out like a geyser as it has before, it just bubbles at the surface. The clothes rise to the top, wadded up in a soapy ball. Foam creeps down her head like snow resting on a mountaintop. Hey man, she's getting a free shower too.
So does that mean it's working?
Yellowstone nods her head, snorting back the snot as she regains her composure.
Uh-huh. Now it's just gotta stay like this for a little while.
Okay.
And you have to do this every time you need to do laundry?
I can do it without all the waterworks, but it's slow as molasses.
Dude, how's your mental?
That sounds exhausting.
My God. She starts to laugh, but just as quickly it fades into a sigh.
It is. But it's cool beans. I've always been a bit of a crybaby anyway. In fact, the first thing I can remember is waking up and crying right over there.
Dude, my head follows along with her finger until she finally settles on some shrubs on the hillside.
In the bushes.
Darn Skippy! And in my birthday suit to boot.
Okay.
That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't have much of a choice. Once I woke up, I spent a long time on my own.
A hazy gaze lingers in Yellowstone's eyes. Her mouth hangs open like she's about to say something, but for a long time she doesn't. And all I can do is listen to the sound of her boiling head mix with the wind.
A super long time.
Like a month?
Probably longer than that. I grip the blanket and nervously twist it, knowing full well my guess is on the conservative side. Maybe it's the look she's giving, or maybe it's just a gut feeling.
Longer.
Yeah. My stomach takes another plunge. Even if I expected it, it's still sobering to hear.
I was keeping track of the days, but then there was this huge blizzard and I lost my spot. I was brushing up against 10,000 though.
Jesus.
No way!
I'm no math genius, but I crunched the numbers in my head real quick. 10,000 days is almost 30 years.
You wandered around Yellowstone National Park naked and alone for decades?
Not naked. I would have frozen my tiny hiney off years ago. You see, there was this nice gal who was out camping.
Yellowstone massages the sides of her head, just beneath the base of her volcano, her eyes squinting like she's fighting a migraine.
I can't remember if she saw me first or if I stumbled on her. It's been so long, I don't even know what she looks like, but I do remember that she lent me her clothes.
They all have memory
and
issues.
that it was the first time I wasn't alone.
Yellowstone's voice sounds like a husk. Hearing it doesn't feel right, like I'm listening to something forbidden. I try to fight it with the only thing I really know anymore, cynicism.
Being alone out in the woods for a couple years doesn't sound too bad. Don't have to deal with other people, at least.
That's the thing. I didn't even know other people existed.
Dang.
Well, maybe I did, somewhere in the back of my noggin. But I sure hadn't seen him before. You're a lot like Yosemite.
Dude, don't compare me to that woman.
I am certainly not!
It's true, though. You both gotta have your alone time. That's dandy and all, but for a gal like me, it was so... dope AF.
That's not what that means. I might throw myself off this cliff if she says that one more time.
I'd never felt something like that before. It made me feel all kinds of warm and fuzzies, so I kept going out and looking for more people.
Okay. My eyes can't help but drift up to her volcano. Instead of smoke, vapor simmers from it, clouding the top of her head with hazy waves of heat.
Wouldn't people be...
Spooked?
Yeah.
I was going to say mortified, but that works.
As sure as the sun would rise.
Yellowstone gives a deflated sigh. The steam above her puffs out in a cloud.
But if they stuck around long enough, I'd try to help them out. Bring them kindling wood or grub, things like that. Sometimes they'd even talk to me.
That's so sad that she's so happy that sometimes they talk to her. Her standards for communication are so low, it's kind of impressive. Part of me wonders if both me and Yellowstone are looking for the same thing, validation. Only difference is that Yellowstone was desperate enough to keep pursuing it while I just gave up.
But in the end, they'd always pack up and leave, and I'd be alone again.
The corners of the sky have been brushed with a deep, brilliant red. It gradients with the darkening blue. Two different colors from the opposite end of the spectrum. Usually they would clash, but instead they blend and meld together, mixing into a faded lavender.
It was like that. It was always like that. Then Zion and Yosemite found me.
A question flies across my mind. How? Why would Yosemite and Zion even be in Yellowstone National Park? But something inside me tells me to save it for later, and whatever it is, it keeps me from spouting off my knee-jerk objections. That's the difference. That's the big difference between me and Yosemite. I actually have manners, when I want to.
For the first time since I woke up on this rock, it felt like I had a place to belong. Like a family, you dig?
Yeah.
I dig.
Yellowstone clasps her hands, rocking side to side as she recalls her nostalgia for the good old days.
Suddenly, I wasn't so lonesome anymore. Zion and Yosemite were both so chummy and nice to me. I wanted to do whatever I could to help out around the cabin.
Well, good to know Yosemite wasn't always a slave driver.
Yosemite didn't used to be a lot of things.
Mm.
Zion too, but in different ways.
The steam rising above her thickens a little. Maybe it's even darker. Her pleasant stroll down memory lane comes to a dead end, her voice falling back into that unusual monotone sadness.
But now things are just so different. I try my darndest, but Yosemite is such a grump, and Zion can't help out like she used to.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm as lonesome as I was way back when.
I feel you on that. Yellowstone sniffs and the water in her head bubbles to the surface, spilling down her volcano into some of her hair.
Is that dumb, Eve? Am I just stinking thinking?
No, it's valid to have, negative thoughts every now and again. Something in my cold, withered heart sizzles as she wipes a few twinkling tears off on her sleeves. I hate to be a sap about it, but I think maybe I was onto something. Maybe me and Yellowstone might have a bit more in common than I would have liked to admit. I could never be as open about it as her, not when a brave face is what's gotten me this far, but that need for validation, for respect, I get it. You're not alone, kid.
I don't think it is.
Yellowstone's head twists over to look at me so fast I'm afraid she might get whiplash. She looks at me like I just sprouted a volcano from the top of my head.
Wipe that look off your face before I take it back.
She wipes her hand across her dumbfounded face. When her hand reaches the other side of her cheek, she's wearing a stretched out frown that digs into her dimples.
How do I put this? It's like the dumbest, most intrusive thoughts are probably the most honest. If it's in your head, then there's probably a reason for it, right?
Sadly, yeah. Yellowstone's strained frown has collapsed into gawking amazement.
Do you get those dumb, implosive thoughts too, Eve?
Constantly. Wouldn't have clocked a guy in the face and ended up stationed at the cabin if I didn't.
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
We all do eventually. A hot flush spreads through my face as I play tug-of-war with the urge to divulge more information. On one hand, she basically kidnapped me and made it so that I'm all but guaranteed to get chewed out by Jesse. On the other hand, I feel like I owe it to her in a way. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're the only one who cares. Who's trying.
Actually, I had one of those implosive thoughts today.
Ooh, don't keep hanging, spit it out!
She leans in so close that her volcano is practically in my ear. With all the bubbling, it sounds like a cauldron. It smells like a laundromat.
So, those campers from earlier?
Mm-hmm.
They would have been up a creek without us. Maybe even literally.
Them. Yeah. When we were helping them out, one of them said something to me about how her old man used to take her camping before he passed.
Wowzers, that's kind of a shocker, seeing as they all looked scared of ya.
Trust me, you're not the only one who's shocked. It gave me this weird feeling.
Like those warm fuzzies I was talking about?
Yellowstone wraps herself in her arms like she's curling up in a blanket.
Nah, the opposite. Like, I wanted to puke.
Oh my god.
Yikes. You really do hate people, huh?
That's what I thought. I deal with so many clowns and chuckleheads every day, I could build a circus.
Mm.
But this group wasn't that. They were just good kids. Looking back, a lot of visitors are. At the very least, they can shut up and follow directions. They're like cattle. Round them up and ship them off so I don't have to deal with them. So when one comes along to remind me that she's a real person, it's...
A sucker punch?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I let out a sigh right as the wind howls past us and rustles through the trees.
I've been doing this way too long. It's rotted me to my core.
But a core is better than nothing, and nothing is all I would have left if I turned to mush. I tried being vulnerable and open. For years I did. But all it left me with was who I am now. Yellowstone leaps to her feet. Hot water splashes everywhere.
Bogus talk. Sounds to me like you had a bonding moment and you're too chicken to admit it.
The fighter in me swings up without a second thought.
I am not afraid of admitting anything.
Even if I'm swinging way outside the truth.
Oh, yeah? Not even that you had fun helping those campers out?
I freeze, stare, look away. Damn it, now she knows. Yellowstone crouches down, leaning ever closer as she tries to coax the answer out of me.
Not even an itsy bitsy teeny weeny bit?
Okay, fine.
I swat her away like an annoying fly.
It was sorta nice to help out people who were genuinely enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget grateful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another one to put on the list.
Don't you just wish it could always be like this?
I mean, yeah. I chuckle a little, brushing myself off as I climb to my feet.
Sure. Wish Pop would crap gold, too, but I think I'll be waiting a while for both of those miracles.
Yeah.
Why can't we just make it happen ourselves?
The heck you mean by that?
What? What do you mean?
When she turns to look at me, there's a smoldering fire of excitement in her eyes. Tendrils of smoke rise from her volcano in ears.
The miracles?
Oh. I take a step backwards, feeling a sudden surge of heat emanating off of Yellowstone. My foot slips on a pebble, and I grasp the guardrail to keep from falling. I nervously laugh.
That's a nice thought, but it's about time we head home, don't you think?
Dude, she's trying to keep me prisoner.
Why? Who says we have to go home?
I do.
What are you talking about? Of course we have to go back.
Do we, though? Do we really?
I mean, yes. A soft orange glow starts to light up her head, like a shy sunset.
Okay, whatever you're doing definitely isn't funny. Just take us home now. We've been here long enough.
I wouldn't have minded staying a few minutes longer, but... just to let her enjoy it, but with the way she's acting now, I don't like it. It gives me a bad feeling. The kind I feel before getting a serious call from dispatch. Something instinctive. Yellowstone shakes her head, causing the smoke to weave a lazy spiral in the air.
Just think about it, Eve. We can go around helping folks and they'll always appreciate it. And nobody will ever yell at us.
I get how you feel, but that wasn't...
If you get it, then why not? Were you just fibbing when you said all that stuff about people being good?
The question is like a smack across the face. I'm not even sure how to go about responding at first.
That's not important. I have responsibilities. You have responsibilities.
Uh-oh.
No, Yosemite says I have responsibilities. I only ever wanted to help, but not if nobody cares.
I mean, I get that.
You brat.
Oh, Jesus. You shouldn't have said that. I can feel all the goodwill that Yellowstone has built up over the day crumbling away.
This little crisis you're having? I've been dealing with it every day for the last 5 years, so don't you even try to lord it over me. Your stunt has already cost me the entire day. My supervisor is never gonna let me hear the end of it.
With each sentence, I take a step towards her, regaining the distance I lost earlier. Yellowstone just shakes her head like a petulant 5-year-old, tuning out it or ignoring what I say.
She's going to be asking what caused me to abandon my duties. And the truck, which is government property, I might add, and I'm not gonna have anything good to tell her. So the least you can do, literally the absolute least, is take me back like you promised and suck it up like I do!
Jesus. Finally, we're a little over an arm's length away from each other.
You don't get it.
Her voice is a hoarse whisper. Smoke swirls from her head wrapping around us.
Say that again.
Uh-oh. I reach for her, ready to drag her ass back to Yosemite National Park myself.
No one gets it!
Uh-oh. A wave of violent heat ripples off of Yellowstone, hot enough that it drives me back again. I press my hand to my forehead to shield myself.
Ah! What the hell?
The air shimmers in front of her as Yellowstone clenches her fists. Black dust mars the ground beside her, where she just obliterates some poor weeds. Pieces of charred laundry rain down on us, and for a brief moment I can see something like regret in her face, but then she switches back to looking upset. I don't even know why. I haven't even had time to ask. She went from 0 to 212 in just a couple of seconds. My mouth goes dry.
I thought maybe, just maybe, you would understand. But I was wrong. You're just like Yosemite! Well, I'm sick of it!
She takes a step backward and the entire ground shakes. Startled birds take to the sky, abandoning the trees in droves. I lose my balance, falling to one knee. The ground rumbles yet again. Yellowstone unleashes a frustrated, blood-curdling scream. My hands go from shielding my forehead to covering my ears. When the scream is over, I look up just in time to see Yellowstone disappear into the woods.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Anywhere but here, I guess. Doesn't do any good, though. All that remains of her presence is the ashy ground where she stood, and the remains of the laundry. I think one of Yosemite's socks landed on the picnic blanket. I stumble to my feet and give chase. It's difficult to follow her because I keep losing my footing, but I do my best. Other campers and hikers fly past in varying degrees of panic, but I don't hear what they say.
You little brat! I'm gonna shove my foot so far up your ass, it'll come out that volcano!
Oh my god. Animals go by too. Terrified rabbits and mice and a few desperate deer all careen past. I can only imagine what it's like in other parts of the park if they're affected.
Yellowstone!
I must sound like an idiot to anyone who hears me just screaming the name of the park, but I don't care. I need to find Yellowstone, the girl, and get out of here. As I run, I have to recognize the futility of what I'm doing. I have no idea what direction she might have gone, and it's already dark, and getting darker. I don't even have a flashlight. With a sick sense of irony, I realize that I'm doing exactly what I yell at unprepared hikers for doing, wandering off the paths without a plan. I keep running, my hat flies off my head, I reach to grab it, but the ground rumbles.
Whatever.
With a groan, I leave it be and keep calling for Yellowstone. For a second, I think I see the glow from her volcano, but when I get closer, I realize that it's just the ashes of a recently abandoned campfire. Whoever made it probably left when the earthquake began. I quickly smother it in dirt since I'm unable to smother my ranger instincts. More and more distressed birds abandon the trees with agitated mice and the like. While agitated mice and the like continue to whisk by underfoot. My heart pounds both from exertion and from fear. The altitude doesn't make it any easier to breathe. What if I can't find her? What if she doesn't want to be found? Up ahead, I pass by some more trees, then I realize that I'm at the edge of the mountain once again. Since this isn't a touristy spot, there's no guardrail at this section. It's just open space beyond the yawning inky blackness waiting below, and not a single trace of Yellowstone. Just as I think that, the shaking and rumbling starts up yet again. Once more, I feel myself wobble and start to fall over, except this time I'm not able to catch myself. My feet slide out from under me, and I slam onto my side hard as the momentum carries me the rest of the way over the edge. Pebbles and dirt batter my face as I scramble to find a handhold. Vile and pure unadulterated panic sear my throat as my fingers find the slightest lip of rock to grab hold of.
Crap! Not again!
This park just sucks for her. My voice bounces off the rocks below me, creating a rippling echo that rings out into the darkness. My hands sting and my arms ache from the effort of supporting me. It's only been a couple seconds. This is pathetic, and the worst sort of irony. My life doesn't flash before my eyes, so maybe that's a good thing. Unless that happens right before you hit the ground. I strain my muscles as I try to pull myself up. It reminds me of my training back in Glencoe? Feel the burn, Adams. Feel the burn. A trickle of dust pours into my face as the rock ledge I'm holding onto starts to crumble. I can feel the stones starting to slide past my fingers. Damn it, I won't be able to hold my weight. It's really gonna happen like this, huh? Spend years of my life telling people to be careful around cliffs only to end up falling off one myself. The universe sure does have a way of kicking me when I'm down. I shut my eyes. Maybe it's not so bad. At least this long joke will finally be over. The stone gives way. I fall. The force presses against my back. My boots grind against the cliffside as I slow to a floating stop. The sound of roaring wind is replaced by the flapping of two overworked wings. A small, familiar voice squeaks out from behind me.
Miss Eve, you're really heavy.
Zion?
Oh, my eyes drift down to my feet. If someone looked at this sideways, it might seem like I'm walking up the cliff.
Don't worry, Miss Eve. We've got you.
Is she here too?
Just like, no, I don't want Yosemite to have more things to hold over my head. I glance back at Zion, but I immediately regret it when I realize I still can't see the bottom.
What do you mean by she?
Oh.
I could have just left you to plummet to your death, you know.
Yeah. Yosemite's harsh voice carries from above me. I look up to see her holding out her hand. Without thinking, I grab it. Zion, finally free of the burden that is me, slides down to my boots and holds them up. With one giant heave, Yosemite pulls me onto the cliff.
Miss Eve, are you okay?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, like, I'm alive. Mentally, probably a little scarred. But, other than that, am I okay? I paw at the ground, half expecting it to erode and fall away, or to realize that I'm dead, and that Yosemite and Zion being here are just fantasies my brain concocted to help me accept it.
Did the fall make you forget how to talk?
Nope, still real. Yosemite slaps my hat over my head. It's crooked.
I'm okay. Thank you.
I awkwardly sit up, shame keeping me from looking into Yosemite's eyes. Of all the people to be indebted to.
How did you find me out here?
The paintings work both ways. Also, I had Zion patrol the bottom of the cliff because I figured you were already dead.
Dang.
That's comforting.
Zion tugs at my sleeve.
Miss Eve, not to interrupt, but do you know where Yellowstone is?
Nope.
That's right.
I punch my palm and it makes a loud smack. That whole almost dying thing almost made me forget about her.
I was just looking for that brat, actually.
The two of you weren't together?
Do it.
She ran off.
Like, does it look like we were dating?
We were just talking, and then all of a sudden she got really pissy. Reminded me of you, actually.
Oh my god.
I was going after her, and then all this happened.
Yosemite and Zion's faces both go pale.
Uh-oh. That might be a problem.
How mad was she?
Oh, very.
I don't know. Why are you being attacked by your conscience now?
Conversations with Yosemite always put me on the defensive, but Yosemite doesn't rise to my bait this time.
I mean it. Was she truly angry?
I guess so. What does that have to do with anything?
Do you know where you are? Does Yellowstone National Park not mean anything to you?
We're all about to go kaboom. There are a couple of iconic elements of the park: the wildlife, the geysers, the super volcano.
No. That can't be what's happening.
Deductive reasoning, put the pieces together. She is Yellowstone National Park. She's at Yellowstone National Park. What do you think is going to happen when she erupts in Yellowstone National Park?
That volcano has been dormant for centuries. It can't just go off on a whim.
Thanks for the insight, little Miss Geologist, but that's not going to actually stop it from happening. And when it does...
Yellowstone's gonna flip her lid!
Bro. Finally someone uses that phrase properly.
There's no way. She can't cause an eruption or anything, right?
That's literally what we're telling you, yeah.
Do I look like I'm messing with you right now? Does any of this?
She gestures around at the empty forest, still rocked by occasional tremors.
No.
I hate it when I have to admit she's right.
Do you know why she was upset?
Seriously? Did you not see how she stormed out of the cabin in a huff this morning?
She's still angry over that? This girl will be the death of me, I swear.
Funny that she says that, considering that she's literally almost been the death of me twice.
Well, I might have gotten a little snippy with her, but only because she started going on about how she wanted us to stay here forever. Not a bad idea, but I have work.
Pinching the bridge of her nose, Yosemite lets out a long sigh.
Thanks for making a bad problem worse.
I didn't. I wasn't trying to.
I stuttered through my words, not sure if I should be apologizing or defending myself or what. Nothing I can say feels right.
It's okay, Miss Eve. I know you didn't mean to doom Western civilization.
Oh my God. As if on cue, the rumbling underground starts up once more. Zion goes airborne to avoid it, while Yosemite and I use the trees for balance.
We need to find her fast. You have no idea where she might be.
Nope.
None. She ran off a while ago. I don't know which direction she went.
We'll have to hope we get lucky then.
She hands me a flashlight. The two of them have their own as well. Switching on the beams, we look around for any trace of Yellowstone, moving as quickly as we can.
I doubt she's gone very far. She's probably hiding somewhere close by. Even she has to be aware of what's going on. I don't think she's stupid enough to let it happen, but still.
She's all alone. She must be really scared.
Her fault for running off.
That's generalizing the situation a bit. The flashlights that we have are powerful and cut through the darkness easily. Still, without any real idea of where to start looking, it feels like the task is futile.
Seriously, if she wasn't so overdramatic about every little thing, we wouldn't have half as many issues as we do.
Yosemite tilts the beam upwards as if Yellowstone might be hiding in a tree. I get a glimpse of just how annoyed Yosemite herself looks. I won't lie, there's a couple of choice words or beatings I'd like to give Yellowstone when we find her, but it's not like she's entirely wrong to be upset. Yosemite isn't just a nag, she's actively being antagonistic towards her.
Yellowstone! Come out, wherever you are!
Zion flutters a bit off the ground, just enough to put the top of her head level with mine. I'm too exhausted to worry about other people seeing her right now. We all have bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, come out! Don't you think you've done enough already?
I don't think that's gonna make her come out, dude.
That's sure to make her want to meet up with us.
Yeah, it's like, dude, don't piss
Did I
off.
ask for your opinion? I can't imagine I would.
Oh. Her teeth my teeth grit together until the bottom set slides out. This girl must have a grapefruit-sized set on her to blow me off like that. Isn't this diva the one that's always thrusting her opinions on me when I don't want them?
Well, that's what you're gonna get. So shove it, you overgrown tree.
Yosemite turns to glare at me, her face twisted in anger. Her flashlight shines up on her chin, illuminating half her face and leaving the other half in shadows. Yosemite can flip on the scare factor whenever she wants, just like the night we met. She's not half bad at it either. Unfortunately for her, I can be scarier.
I've spent the better part of my day with Yellowstone. It might have been borderline kidnapping, but I think it's given me a good handle on why she's acting up.
I don't even think it's borderline, but
Oh,
okay.
the ranger has a theory. This is gonna be rich.
It's more than a theory.
It's a game
And with
theory.
all the moral dribble you try to cram into my head, I would have thought you'd be more aware of it.
Aware of what?
That Yellowstone is acting out because she's not getting any validation.
Yosemite lets out a single guffaw like some kind of rich Victorian woman.
Oh, Eve. Poor, precious, obvious Eve. You're projecting.
Excuse me?
Oh dear God.
It's not hard to piece together. You need validation for your miserable job, so of course you think Yellowstone needs it too.
My initial reaction is to swat this flashlight over her head, and earlier today, I probably would have, but the more I think about it, the more I realize something.
Maybe you're right.
Yosemite does a double take, shocked at first, but suspicion starts to creep on her face. She knows there's more coming.
But if that's what helped me relate to her, then so what? I'm not saying the little conehead is completely right, but would it kill you to show a little empathy?
Empathy. Really?
Yeah. She gets in close, her chin about touches my forehead, but I look up and meet her eyes.
Is that what you showed those campers this morning?
I look away.
That's what I thought.
That's a straw man. What a dirty trick, but I get the point. I'm not exactly in a position to defend people who have a penchant for screwing up, but there are people behind mistakes. People like Claire and her outdoorsy dad. Yosemite walks away, shining her flashlight back on forgotten paths and shaking trees.
Listen close, Eve. There's a difference between being ignorant and insistently inconveniencing others. Yellowstone is like a child who won't mind. She's just throwing a tantrum until someone notices her. Don't be that person. I can only hope she's not dumb enough to.
Will you stop being so mean to Yellowstone?
Yosemite and I both freeze in our tracks as Zion's voice cuts her off. We both turn to face the little cherub, who looks very unhappy.
It's like you aren't even hearing what Eve's saying. Maybe Yellowstone is lashing out, but she's only doing that because she's sad. Yellowstone loves helping. It's her favorite thing in the whole wide world, but wouldn't you be sad if no one ever thanked you? All you do is complain about her, even though she does so much for us. Maybe I'm not the best at saying thank you to her either, but at least I don't say lots of mean things about her when she's not even around. You always tell people to be smart and to help others be smart. Then why can't you tell Yellowstone what she's doing wrong and help instead of just calling her dumb?
She's got a valid point.
You make me so mad!
She flaps her wings angrily and moves closer to Yosemite, who watches open-mouthed.
You're nothing but a big old hypocrite!
Now Yosemite's mouth snaps shut like a mousetrap. She blinks several times, several budding tears leaking out. She meekly nods. I don't have anything to say either as Zion descends to the ground, her footsteps light enough to not make a sound. She marches off towards a bush nearby.
What? Where are you going?
Girl, she's gonna go searching for Yellowstone without
To
you.
find Yellowstone.
I look to Yosemite, who is shielding her face with her arm as she chokes on her muffled tears.
Wow.
What? What are you looking at? Keep walking.
Okay. She tries to wipe her tears, but it only makes her eyes more red. I back away and follow Zion's lead. Holy crap, Yosemite just got chewed out by a toddler. Zion kneels down and I crowd around her to see what she's doing. Yosemite drags way behind us, sulking. There, underneath the bush Zion chose, is a cute little bunny rabbit. He's ash gray with the teeniest little black spot on his ears. Zion deliberately aims the beam of her flashlight to not blind him while she lays a hand against it. Only then do I realize that's quaking in fear. Little tremors and spasms, like the ones that have been shaking the earth, rock its body. Its wild eyes dart around while its snout twitches.
Poor thing.
Shh.
Dang. Without even looking, Zion shushes me with a finger against her lips. Gently, ever so gently, she strokes the hapless rabbit. Soon its shaking stops and settles down. After a minute or two, it even leans its head against Zion's hand as if asking for more pets. That's when Zion stands up and the bunny hops off into the forest, seeming relieved.
I know where Yellowstone is now. The rabbit saw her in a clearing not too far away from here.
You can talk to animals?
Girl really is a Disney princess.
Don't be silly, Miss Eve. Animals can't talk.
What? I exchange a glance with Yosemite, but she huffs and puffs and looks away. At this point, I'm just along for the ride, wherever it takes me. Zion sets off into the forest, seeming like she knows where she's going. She mostly goes on foot, but occasionally lifts herself into the chair to avoid forest debris. After a bit, there's a rustling sound ahead, not too far from where Zion is. Yosemite aims her flashlight beams right into Yellowstone's tear-stained face.
No! Don't look at me!
A couple sad wisps of smoke rise from her volcano, looking more like cobwebs than anything. The glow and the heat from before are gone. Yellowstone's eyes are puffy from crying, and the sleeves of her hoodie are stained with snot and tears.
Yellowstone is just us. We were super worried about you.
Zion takes a few steps into the clearing.
Don't come any closer! I screwed up real bad this time.
I mean, yeah, but, nothing we can't fix. Yellowstone starts to sob, choking out the words between gutted breaths.
Sorry, I'm so useless. I can't do anything right. Everyone's so smart, and nice, and responsible, but I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a stupid crybaby who can't even do chores without screwing it all up. None of you should have to put up with me. And I know, right in the pit of my gut, that you all would be so much happier if I just wasn't around.
I mean, that's not true, but...
I'm sorry you had to find me way back when. I'm sorry for being no good.
Don't you dare say that about yourself!
She hurries over to her friend, wrapping her arms around Yellowstone, who kneels down closer to the ground. They embrace each other, Yellowstone's sobs coming hard and fast.
But I burned the laundry.
It's replaceable. The laundry. I almost forgot it in all the panic, but they were in her head when she went and exploded. I hope mine was in another load.
Who cares about those old clothes? I was afraid that I wouldn't get to say thank you for all the nice things you do for us.
That just makes Yellowstone cry even harder. She doesn't even try to talk. She just cries and cries, soaking Zion's shoulder, not that Zion seems to mind. Yosemite and I maintain our distance. She's quieter, but I think she might be sobbing harder than Yellowstone, her chest heaving up and down as she tries to stay quiet. I scoot in a little closer to her and pat Yosemite's shoulder. Just like, I got you, bud. Oh my god, not the shoulder pats! The shaking has completely stopped for now. The world is still and quiet. I look above the trees into the sky. Between the branches, it looks like a portal into the stars.
Would you look at that? It's a clear night.
Reprimands, write-ups, trail duty. You'll be helping Simmons clean up so much trash that the plastic is going to biodegrade before you're done.
Jesus. I flinch away from the headset as Jesse continues to squawk out new additions to the growing list of punishments I'll be receiving.
With all due respect, ma'am, if I've proven my incompetence at taking out the trash, then maybe that isn't the best course of action?
My voice stiffens. I sound like the verbalization of a 2x4, but if I appeal to Jesse's paramilitary side, I might be able to get out of this. She pauses, nothing but static coming from the other line. Maybe I'll actually be able to pull this off.
Cute. Let's see if you can keep up that charm when dealing with the field trip group tomorrow. Any other holes you want to dig?
Yeah, my own grave.
Not really.
Yikes. Jessie doesn't just lay down the law. She is the law. Still, it's not like I can actually explain myself. What would I say? Sorry I neglected my duties and left the government's truck in the middle of nowhere, but Yellowstone the girl took me to Yellowstone the park? May as well trade my badge for a straitjacket at that point. Groaning, Jessie fakes a cry that sounds just a little too real.
Ugh. Why do you always make my job so much harder, Eve? Is it fun? I remember when I used to have fun.
Oh my god. Oh boy, I really did it this time.
Look, I'm really sorry, Jessie. Something came up, and I had to,
I cough because there's no way I can say this with a straight face and it won't sound bad.
hitch a ride back and take care of it.
God, it sounds even worse out loud.
Take the truck, then! I had to send Ernie to go get it. Now I'm down a man, and there's 24 completely full trash cans in high-occupancy areas. As if I didn't already have enough on my hands with all this Yellowstone business. Do you know how many locals called me about the earthquakes?
Please tell me it was just one lone idiot.
No.
Try 42.
Holy crap.
Today.
Oh. Someone give this poor woman a break. Whatever she makes isn't enough.
It's like, hello? This isn't even the right park. And even if it were, I don't have any information that's not on the news. And I don't think my degree in criminal justice qualifies me to try and gather more. I'm at the end of my rope, and it's starting to look more and more like a noose.
For the past 12 hours, the news cycle has been ablaze with reports of volcanic activity centered in Yellowstone National Park. Several earthquakes, one of which was a 7.2 on the Richter scale, have also been reported. All the scientist types have been up in arms. Young guys with messy hair on talk shows huffing and puffing about how catastrophic this could be. Call it a hunch, but I think it's all going to die down in a few days.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Give me a call if you need a hand. I'm not good for much, but maybe I can help you manage the chaos.
Aw, Eve.
Uh-oh. In my head, I can clearly see her bring her hand to her chest in appreciation.
I always knew you were good. You just need a push in the right direction.
That's me, Eve the Good Ranger.
Well, Eve the Good Ranger.
Uh-oh.
Don't think your newfound kindness means you're off the hook.
Her voice gets quieter, but she sounds closer than ever, as if her lips are brushing against the mic.
Not by a long shot.
Oh, Jesus. Static.
Over and out.
Okay. More static. I set aside the mic and headset. An ominous sense of dread washes over me as I drag myself over to my spot at the table.
Trouble in paradise?
A lot. Yosemite peers over her book. I flop down on my chair and glance over at Yellowstone, who's busy working away at the sink.
Nothing worth opening wounds over.
Sunlight bursts through the window, the flimsy curtain doing little to inhibit it. It drapes itself like a lazy cat across the table, warming the pages in my hand. I pick up my pen and look over what I've written, one page already half full. I stare out the window and think of what to write next. Yosemite alternates between sipping her tea and writing a few words at a time. She catches me staring once, but rather than a challenge or an insult, she just nods in acknowledgement. An unspoken truce between us. Not far away, Pup and Zion sit beside each other on the floor. Pup wolfs down a bowl of the finest puppy chow, his long tongue assaulting every single speck of food. Zion balances her bowl of oatmeal on her knee, a generous portion of raisins decorating its surface. She tries, unsuccessfully, to feed one to Pup.
That's not coyote food either, is it?
No. Girl, don't give a dog a raisin, or any canine. Like, I know he's a coyote, but it's like, yeah, don't give canines raisins, please. Yellowstone glances over from the hot stove where she's cooking. Zion looks up, a raisin still stuck to her finger.
Coyote food?
Yup. Weren't you saying the other day that he shouldn't have any people food?
Zion frowns for a second and smiles wide.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, boy. I shouldn't have teased you with this.
The raisin on her finger rejoins the rest of its kind. The pup seems wholly indifferent. He's finished his meal and is pushing his bowl around the floor as he tries to slurp up every last morsel. Yellowstone smiles to herself as she stirs the eggs and flips the pancakes. Not the bacon. I'm not sure that anyone else sees. As she cooks, she occasionally darts away from the stovetop to place an errant book back on the shelf, or to wipe down the stains left behind by my coffee mug. She rinses out the percolator and deposits it in the sink. Then with the same motion, she deftly slides a perfectly round pancake onto a plate. She repeats the process several more times before carrying 2 steaming plates to the table.
Bon appetit!
Jesus, she's efficient. It's the thought that counts. She slides one of the plates in front of me. It's laden with fluffy scrambled eggs and equally fluffy pancakes.
This looks great. Like always.
There you go. Some level of affirmation. Yellowstone beams in response, then she swoops over to the other side of the table, proudly delivering Yosemite's breakfast a safe distance away from the open book. Yosemite slides that away as she picks up her fork.
Thanks.
Was it that hard to say that word in the first place? Yellowstone's hand freezes just inches above the tabletop. I also set down the bite of food I was about to take, staring at Yosemite.
What?
She hurriedly chews and swallows her first bite of food, looking from me to Yellowstone and back again. 2 big old tears swim in Yellowstone's eyes, tears of joy.
Don't mention it.
I can't believe my ears. She knows how to say the T word after all.
Yosemite glares at me, but it's not as sharp as usual. After all, she knows she can't really deny it in this case. So she just rolls her eyes, sheathing the daggers in them, and goes back to her breakfast. And with a bounce in her step, Yellowstone goes back to her own meal. The pancakes are as perfect and delicious as ever. I devour them with gusto, a lot like Pup with his meal. Some of the syrup from the cakes has spilled over and onto the eggs, giving those a tinge of sweetness. I scarf them down too. We spend our whole meal in a comfortable silence, save for the occasional whine from Pup and the giggles from Zion as she plays with him. Once we're finished, I collect both my plate and Yosemite's and start to carry them to the sink. Like a homing missile, Yellowstone intercepts me, whisking the plates out of my hand before I can even protest.
Oops, I can handle those. Just gotta shake a tail feather here.
Half a pancake and most of Yellowstone's scrambled eggs remain on her plate.
It's okay. You can finish eating. I can take care of these.
I reach for mine and Yosemite's plates once again, but Yellowstone holds them out of reach. There's already a precarious stack of dirty dishes in the sink, and I don't know how she plans to add these to the pile without making a mess.
It's no sweat. No siree.
Despite the visible beads of sweat on her face, Yellowstone keeps up the charade.
Hey, seriously, just let...
Yellowstone starts to lose her balance, and the syrupy fork slides from the plate and clatters to the ground below. Pup flinches in surprise, growling at the insolent piece of silverware that's dared to enter his domain.
Oops! Sorry about that.
Here you go. It's even dirtier now, though.
Dirt and dust cling to the maple syrup, clogging up the tines of the fork. Yellowstone grimaces as she tosses it into the sink, aware of the extra scrubbing it'll need. I settle back down into my seat, recognizing that Yellowstone's not going to let me win here.
I mean it. I don't mind helping out.
But Yellowstone just waves away my offer, despite the fact that she's using one hand to balance our dishes and the other hand to try to cut her pancakes so she can eat.
It's okay.
With a deep, deep sigh, Yosemite places a bookmark in her journal and stands up. Everyone turns to look at her, expecting some tirade about how she can't focus with all this noise going on. But instead, she faces Yellowstone and smiles.
How about I help out instead?
There we go. There's some character growth. Yellowstone's face cycles through a variety of emotions faster than I can process. To her credit, she doesn't start crying again.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Now hurry up before I change my mind.
Okay.
Educate yourself. Then I set Teddy aside. Outside, a loud banging sound begins to disturb the quiet park air. There is the distinctive sound of a door being thrown open, and then familiar voices can be heard. Yesterday's idiot.
I don't know where the stinking office is, and I don't know if they can help us.
Well, go find someone. We can't go all day without water.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. Just give me a second to think.
The bickering couple from yesterday with their clunky tin can. I reach for my hat and put it on, adjusting my uniform just a bit so my badge is visible.
Are you gonna go give them what for?
No, Not this time.
I head to the front door, my hand on the knob. From the sink, Yosemite glances at me over her shoulder and throws me a nod.
I'm gonna go help out.
Alright. That was chapter 2. Now we also have another campfire with Zion and Yellowstone. Yeah.
Howdy,
Fireside chat.
campers! And welcome back to another edition of mine and Zion's Fireside Chat.
Hello. It's very nice to be here.
There was a whole lot of ruckus about the Yellowstone supervolcano in today's episode. We're pretty sure most of you got the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're a tiny bit afraid it might have gone over some of your heads.
I know it would have whizzed over mine if it weren't for the fact that it is my head.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. Some basic information about the Yellowstone supervolcano. Yosemite says learning is super important, so I hope you can take this knowledge with you wherever you go in the world.
'Cause you just gotta know a thing or two about gastrology if you like national parks.
I think you meant to say geology, Yellowstone?
Yep.
Geology!
Great! Now just say that word over and over until you can't forget it.
Oh my god.
Geology, geology, geology.
So while she's doing that,
Oh my god.
I should probably start off by explaining that the supervolcano is what we call a caldera. A caldera is a big hollow space that's made after a lot of magma is shot out during an eruption. If enough magma is shot out, the ground above it loses support and the whole thing goes tumbling into the magma chamber.
That's geology for ya. Can't understand a lick of it.
Well, I'm glad you remembered how to say it at least.
Wowzers, give me some credit here. There's a whole lot of stuff I can remember.
Really? I'd like to hear what you know.
Oh.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Hang tight, 'cause I'm about to drop some super hot volcano facts on ya. First off, the volcano has only ever had a gigantic eruption 3 times. And they all happened between 2.1 million years ago and 640,000 years ago.
Does that mean when you almost flipped your lid, that was the first time it had been active in a super duper long time?
Nuh-uh. Just 'cause it hasn't gone kaboom in a minute doesn't mean it's not active.
What?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of good old-fashioned volcano junk happening underground. In fact, the cause of...
Oh no.
One sec, gotta look at my hand.
Girl.
Geothermal!
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's because of all the geothermal vents that we have a whole slew of geysers across the park, including my gal Old Faithful. Ain't that just groovy?
That is pretty dope AF.
No.
But what if it goes kaboom for real? It's a little scary to think about.
No need to freak. As long as I don't flip my lid again, it should be all good in the neighborhood.
What?
Oh, that's a relief. Thank goodness.
But...
Uh-oh.
No.
A lot of tiny earthquakes do happen in Yellowstone, somewhere in the ballpark of 2,500 every year.
Oh, that's more than I would have expected.
Relax! It's just nature doing its thing.
It doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that.
It's totally gonna blow one day, though.
Bro.
Please don't say something so terrifying so casually.
I mean, yeah, it has to, but like, Jesus.
Not today, cutie. Or tomorrow. Or even in the next couple centuries. But it will. One day.
Yeah.
And when it does, a big old plume of ash is gonna pelt down on Wyoming and all the other surrounding states.
Yeah.
Plant life and livestock will be suffocated by it and kick the bucket.
Oh my god.
Maybe even regular folks, too.
Oh god.
Buildings and equipment are probably gonna get squashed by all the rock.
Yeah.
Entire communities might be wiped off the map.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, the delays in agriculture and production could lead to a global economic freefall. Whee!
Oh my god. Dude.
Looks like we're all out of time.
Oh.
Catch you next time, campers. And remember to love our parks.
Yep.
Wiped off
No.
the map?
Dude. Oh my god. She traumatized the child.
Ideals are for heroes, ancients in the stars.
I'm sorry.
Prosperity is for no
I'm
one, except those in
I'm not
charge.
gonna laugh at that. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures. Wait a minute, is this gonna give spoilers? I can't remember, dude. I don't know. Right. So I think we'll leave it here today because this is a really important part and I don't want it to be spoiled. So we'll save this for next stream. I think next Friday. And I mean, like, if I don't do it any sooner than that, then it will be next Friday. Regular time, 5 p.m. PST. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. I know I sure have. And I'll catch y'all later. So bye.